What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo. We're here. Draft 2020. How's everybody doing? Hope all's well. We're going to have a good time tonight. I'm going to be joined by my man, Tracy Abrams, shortly. Ian Mahoney, what's good? Good to see you on here. How's everybody doing? Man, I got to start off in sending prayers to Klay Thompson. They said he's got a lower right leg injury. They don't know the severity of it yet, but I'm hoping and praying that it's not serious. Man, Kenny McReynolds, good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun, man. This is going to be epic because, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Green just got traded. The Golden State Warriors were talking to the Bulls about possibly packaging Lauri Markkanen or Wendell Carter Jr. For the number 2 pick and swapping with Golden State. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Donovan Lang, what's good, bro? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Lester McCarroll, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So here's the deal, guys. I can bring in the feed. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And here we go. So as soon as Tracy comes in, we can get it cracking. So here we go. There we go. See what I'm saying? So whenever there's a pick made, we will know it. So you can check out you can keep watching the TV screen, whatever. That's fine. But you don't have to break the TV. You don't have to break your computer. You can vibe with us, come together. We'll watch the stuff together and see what happens. Am I coming through okay sound-wise, guys? Yes. Ian Mahoney, lots of movement tonight. What's up, Dante Negro League? If y'all want some dope apparel, go check out my man, Dante Negro League, Negrow League. He's on Instagram. He's got some dope merch. Go check him out. What's up, Vic Dak? Good to see you. But yeah, man, sending prayers out for Klay Thompson. Said he was working out today in Southern California. A lower leg injury on his right leg. So hopefully, he'll be okay. www.thenegroleague.com. And let's see, I'm keeping an eye on the monitor here, going to Adrian Wojciechowski. I'm sure he's maybe breaking down stuff. Carol Popoquette, thanks for joining, one of the Bardo's Breakdown Tribe members. Might need to kick some butt instead of TV. There you go, Carol. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, Miss Evans. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys are doing well. Bear Down Pete says he firmly believes Tyrese Halliburton will have the best career in this draft, hoping Bulls shock us with this pick if we don't snag Wiseman. Bear Down Pete, in my mock draft, I had Tyrese Halliburton coming to the Bulls in the number 4 pick. Now, that's barring injuries. Trades. So, barring no trades, which is highly unlikely because it seemed like it's going to be a very active night. What's up, Nikki? How you doing? Good to see you on here. Hitting my man back. People hit me up. So, guys, it's gonna be fascinating to see what happens. And I'm looking forward. Oh, here's my man. Let's see. Can I get Tracy? You there?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? It's my man, Tracy Abrams.
What's up?
Fine. It's good to see you, bro.
Nice
What's the word?
Not much. Getting ready for draft night, right?
That's right, man. That's right. Man, did you see what happened to Klay Thompson?
I did not.
Yeah, he had a lower leg injury today in Southern California when he was working out. So that might have something that might affect what Golden State does tonight. We'll see what happens. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm over here, getting set up over here in my little office space now. Just got off from a line working with my students, so I'm locked into my basketball mode right now.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tracy Abrams. If you don't already know, most of you do. Former Fighting Illini guard, tough as nails, great leader, and he's taking that leadership off the court. And Tracy, tell the people a little bit about what you're doing right now before we get into the draft picks.
Oh, right now I'm back in Chicago. I've been back in Chicago for about a year and a half now. When I got back from overseas, I played overseas for 2 years. Where I played in Cyprus, Greece, and then I played in Serbia for a year. After I came home from Serbia, I decided to put the shoes up for the basketball. So now I've transitioned into the real world, the business world, where I own my own youth program. So I run my own youth program. So I'm here in Chicago. I'm working with about 15 schools right now.
Wow.
So I'm working with a lot of students right now, just teaching leadership skills, life skills, kind of using basketball as a tool to bring the kids in and, the attention focus, but teaching leadership and life skills and just helping kids try to maximize their version of who they are.
That's good, bro. So tell me this, man. How did you get in so many schools so quickly?
That's a great question. When I first got back, I was just training. And when I was in master's school, my last year, I got education policy. I got a master's degree in my education policy. So I was plotting the whole time on what would I do after basketball. So everything that I came over with in master's school is kind of what I'm doing right now. So I was kind of prepped and ready for, that transition. So when I got back, I was just going to schools, pitching my program, just kind of telling them who I was and just my passion about it. And, things started to work out. I started off for like 2 schools in 6 months. That turned to 4, 6, 8, just as time was going. So now I'm almost 2 years in, 15 schools.
Well, man, congratulations, because people even on What's Up, Galen Gordon, good to see you. Mark Wade, even people on Instagram who are not on this feed are saying a great kid, great guy. So you've definitely left an impression. And I think those schools, Tracy, they pick up on Vic Dax's awesome way of giving back, Tracy Abrams. I think people can feel your passion. And anybody that saw you play on the court knows that you ain't playing games. So
no.
Congratulations, man.
No, not timid at all.
I love it. Romero Norwood, what's good, man? One of the Bardo's Breakdown Tribe members talking about Clay hurt his leg. Clay Thompson has a lower right leg injury, and everybody in the country is praying that it's not serious. Missed last season with a torn ACL to his left knee. Now this injury is on his right knee. So let's hope that he's doing well. Uh-oh. Tracy, can you see the screen? You see this? Yes, sir. One of Illini's finest. What's up,
Rich? What's up, Rich? How you doing, sir?
What's up, Rich? Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping in. Wish I could get you on. Shoot, man. Shoot me a text, Rich, if you want to jump on, because I'll bring you in. Good to see Richard McBride. And I want to circle back to what's up, Mark Wade. I want to circle back to something Tracy mentioned. See, he just kind of skimmed over it. But see, y'all don't understand how strong the University of Illinois basketball program is, because the basketball players there are serious about their education.
Yes, sir.
Tracy slipped in there that his last year, he got his master's in what, Tracy?
Education policy and organization leadership.
See, most people can't even spell that. But Tracy got a master's in it.
I was blessed enough to just be in this position. I got hurt. So, those years allowed me to be able to get my master's degrees. And people ask all the time, like, how was you able to sustain that and all that? I was like, actually, those was the biggest blessings, that I've got, because I was able to stay longer, get more seasons, learn the game, just everything overall. Just looking back on it, just being older, just looking at that whole experience, I wouldn't change it for anything.
Okay. Well, you know what? That is a blessing, and you took advantage of it. Bulls may trade Carter to Golden State for the number 2 pick. that seems to be a common rumor going around. Tracy, what are your thoughts on that? Wendell Carter Jr. from the Bulls, packaging him and the number 4 pick, trading up to Golden State for the number 2 pick. What are your thoughts on that?
I think if I'm being honest, I see Wiseman in the future. If they getting rid of a post guy, probably looking to add to an athletic guy, versatile guy, especially like Wiseman, long, kind of really fulfill that post role. So I think that's the reason why the Bulls would make a play like that personally.
Yeah, I see that happening, and I think that if the Bulls make a move up to number 2, I would say you're right. It would either be Wiseman or LaMelo Ball if he's there. My opinion is that he'll still go number 1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves because of NBA teams really covet 2 lead guards. Mm-hmm. Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry in Toronto, they've had great experience with that. And you've seen different looks from that around the NBA. So that would be my take. But a lot of people think Anthony Edwards is going to go number 1. If there are no trades, Tracy, who do you think will be the number 1 pick in tonight's draft?
I think it'll be either LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards. I think those guys are really, really good guards. Anthony Edwards has been, here playing NCAA. LaMelo played overseas. I think, that would be the difference when you evaluate, to me. Because when you think about it, you think about professional, then you think about college basketball. But if I had to pick, I would say that LaMelo.
Okay. I like that. I say the same thing. Negro League said Bulls need a splash pick, been boring and irrelevant for too long. For me, Dante, that's because they hired a bum for a coach. And Tracy, I ain't gonna get you in trouble because I come hard on this. So you're gonna hear me say some stuff and you're gonna be like, ooh, did he say that? No, I say it like that.
Okay. I like that.
Well, here's the thing, Tracy. You're gonna tell players to be robots. If you watch the last season under Jim Boylan, I believe it was 35 to 40% of the turnovers by the Bulls were guys that penetrated in the lane. Mm-hmm. And they were instructed not to take 2-point shots. So if they couldn't take a 3 or they couldn't get to the rim, as you know, Tracy, you're making a play, you're getting in the lane, you might jump stop and take an 8-foot jump shot. That's a high percentage shot.
Right.
But with these over analytics people in the NBA, that's supposedly not a good shot. And the thing about the analytics movement that bothers me, that's how many people played the game that are in the analytics movement. This right here, 0. And so, I think
it's robotic.
Thank you.
It's robotic. It's not a lot of naturality to it. Just as a player from perspective, I think you probably can relate. I don't know if you can relate. If you're a player, you thinking about like what you're doing all the time. Can I do this move? Can I do that? It takes away the natural from the game. It takes away, your ability to be able to, make decisions. And especially if you're getting told not to shoot 2-point jump shots. I mean, that's a difficult task. That's extremely difficult as a player.
I agree.
That's a confidence thing. I think how am I supposed to be fully confident as a player if everything I do I got to think about I can't take this shot? So that's critical.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Harlem mixtape. They haven't started the picks yet. It looks like they'll start in roughly 10 minutes or so. But I'm on with Tracy Abrams, former Fighting Illini guard, doing great things in the community now here in Chicago, and we desperately know it's needed really in every urban center, but especially Chicago. Mid-range game is missing from today's NBA game, says Harlem mixtape. You won't get any disagreement from us over here. Kevin White, one of Bardo's Breakdown Tribe members. Congratulations, Tracy. Always been a good dude.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Everybody in Chi-Town knows about Tracy and they knew about him before he went to Illinois. If the Bulls move up, it's for Weissman, I think, Tim O'Brien. You agree with that, Tracy?
I do agree with that. That was kind of going back to what I was saying earlier. If they're going to get rid of a center, you got to expect one to be coming back in, especially in the draft today with Wiseman being available.
And it's interesting because, again, in the game of pace and space, which is today's NBA, I just don't see a lot of bigs, Tracy, anymore running to the post. It's okay if you space the floor, but sometimes like Anthony Davis did in the playoffs. You saw in the playoffs that pace and space stuff. I mean, Miami can space you out with 3-point shoots, but they also attack the rim. They also run guys into the post. Even Jimmy Butler can go into the post. And so it's interesting now that it's almost kind of coming back a little bit where people are so high on James Wiseman and also on Onyeka Okongwu, 6'9", 6'10", from USC. What do you think about him, Tracy?
I think he's really solid. Will's really good in transition, like for that position. So NBA is a quick game, so I think he will be able to like transition to the different levels of the game easier, just because of the fact that runs the flow well, nice, good body. So it's really solid.
Okay. Tim Edwards thinks Anthony Edwards from Georgia will be the #1 pick to the Minnesota Timberwolves, barring a trade, because we have to keep prefacing that because we just don't know. Harlem Mixtape says, can James Harden help Brooklyn? I believe he would be a much better fit for Philly. What are your thoughts on that, Tracy?
When I think about just the whole James Harden Nets thing, I think about like the Spurs, weirdly, right? Because you think about like a Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, right? Those are guys not comparable in just like in games and styles, right? But I think about like the sacrifices and the roles that those guys bought into. If you could buy into your role, especially James Harden, or Kevin Durant, and Kyrie, if those guys can find a role in a rhythm with each other, I think, like, obviously we all know the sky's the limit, but it'll be difficult with the ball control and how much those guys demand the ball, especially with Kyrie. I think that'd be very, very difficult. We know James Harden got the ball all the time, so Kyrie wants the ball all the time, so that would be an issue. KD would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, to me, Tracy, I think that it would be a mistake because you've got this team that you're putting together with the Nets. You've got a brand new coach, Steve Nash. Kyrie and Kevin haven't played together yet, right? It looks like it could work on paper, but they haven't played together yet. So it's interesting. I see a list of foreign players, Abdia from Israel, Killian Hayes from France, who I think Killian Hayes would be a lottery pick. I think I had him going to, I think it was either Phoenix or Detroit. I think it was Detroit Pistons would probably pick him up. Harlem Mixtape says Kyrie can't share the ball, therefore Philly would be a better fit. Well, if Harden goes to Philly, Harlem Mixtape, are they going to move Simmons? Is that going to be the move? Because can you get Harden, Simmons, Embiid, Tobias Harris, Al Horford? Can you get all those guys to, figure out the chemistry issues that Philly already has, and they have a new coach in Doc Rivers? I think that's a lot to ask. Tracy, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think James Harden would fit in with that chemistry of, Doc. Doc is very aggressive as a coach. James Harden like more of a freelance style of a coach. I don't think that would work with the 76ers. I do see a James Harden fitting in with a nice, savvy team like the Heat, though.
Okay. Let's see here. How much trust do you put in Karnisovas to make the right pick at number 4? Who is the new president of operations for the Chicago Bulls? I have a lot of faith in him, actually. Scott Britton, thanks for the question, because the front office of the Bulls really struggled for years, and they needed a breath of fresh air. And Karnisovas comes in with a great reputation. He's got a reputation of working with his coaching staff, and I think that he and Billy Donovan can get on the same page. And so I think it'll be interesting. Vic Dak informs us that Al Horford was traded today. I didn't see that, but we will obviously get to that as the evening goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a lot of that tonight. A lot going on. Let's see. Al Williams says, I hate the analytics movement. All right, let's see. Donovan Lang, analytics is a mechanism used to keep certain overseas that have no hands-on experience playing, controlling the game. Thank you, Donovan. The analytics thing, I look at it, Tracy, like this. When you approach basketball, you have a toolbox, a full box, and it's full of different things that you can do. I think analytics is one of the tools, but it's not the full toolbox. In your opinion, why do you think the NBA has fallen in love with analytics so much so quickly?
I think they just I think it's a media thing, honestly. It's a support that they can use to validate, the decisions that they make. The reason is why they think like this, to why I think like this. So it's just a support mechanism that they use to navigate with the decisions that they make. And I think the media is an excuse to the media, honestly.
Okay, I feel you on that. I think it also kind of hurts former players like Sam Cassell, Byron Scott. I don't know. Nate McMillan has been pulled in, I believe, on the Los Angeles Clippers bench with Tyronn Lue, I believe. B. Houston, what's up? B. Houston says a copycat league. I agree with him on that.
That's fact.
Yeah, it's a copycat league, and 85% of the teams run the same stuff. It's all pace and space. It's all ball screen action. It's all, trying to get up the floor, get a shot early in the shot clock. So it takes away from the individualism and the ability of teams to attack in different ways. It really kind of hurts that a little bit. So I'm keeping an eye out here, and let's see. Let me pull this in and see how we're looking here. Hold on. Here we go. Coming up. Let's see, because we're getting close. I'm going to pull the screen in. All right. There we go. So now you guys can see as well as I can what's happening here because they're getting ready to get started. And let's roll in. Let's see. Good. Okay. Carol Poe-Paquette. Do you think the Warriors will draft a guard now since Clay may be out? What are your thoughts on that, Tracy?
I don't think so. Hopefully Clay is not out that long, but the Warriors, I think they need a big right now, a young, athletic, big guy. Got some nice, strong, heavy guard play. You got Steph. Hopefully Clay's coming back. If not, you got Andrew Wiggins and just those type of style of player. They got guards. I really think, if anything, they need a big right now.
Okay. Yeah, I like Andrew Wiggins. I think that he started to find his footing out in Golden State after the trade, and I think you're right. I think they're okay at the guard position. They've got another guard on the roster that's his name is escaping me right now, but I like him as well.
Yeah, he was really good last year. One second, I do know his name.
Okay, hearing rumors Clay might have torn his Achilles. Once again, only rumors. Yeah, Carol, there was we know he got hurt. Face 51. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Love your son. JP is the man. 100 grand. You've done a great job raising that young man. He's one of my favorite dudes. Face 51 on Instagram. Let's see. I agree with Tracy. Not enough basketballs in Brooklyn, including Harden, says Tim O'Brien. Yep, Horford got traded to Memphis. Thank you, Facebook user. I hate to say that. Jordan Poole's the other guard. Jordan Poole from Michigan. And Tracy, we've seen him quite a bit, right? We've seen him, playing in the Big Ten.
Go ahead. he had a really solid year. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies.
No, you
He had
good.
a really, really solid year for the Warriors last year. Just with, Steph was out in the beginning. He actually came down, was making big shots late. When I watched the Warriors last year, he was one of the names that stood out. So, I mean, that's a solid guy to have on the roster.
Yes, it is. Man, they just show LaMelo Ball and his family. Man, LaMelo's got a necklace, man. They got to have mink coats on in there, brother. That's a lot of ice. Ooh-wee. I ain't mad at you, young fella. I am not mad at you one bit. Let's see. You think hearing rumors? Lester McCarroll always comes strong. If you're the Bulls and we're doing the trade of Carter in the 4th for the 2nd, would you include Thaddeus Young and take back Wiggins too? Wow. Lester, that's a great question. I don't know that I would bring Wiggins back. I think his athleticism is tantalizing, but Wiggins is probably best as a third option. He might be one of the better third options in the NBA. He had a chance to be the second option for years in Minnesota and seemed to crumble under the pressure. But boy, is he athletic. He can score. He's fluid. And if he doesn't, I think his personality is such, he's a great support player. But if you bring him back to the Bulls, I think it just him and Zach LaVine, unless you move Zach LaVine, I think you're looking at two of the similar players. Tracy, what are your thoughts on that?
I totally agree with you. Wiggins coming back, I think it would just put us back in the same situation that we've been in lately with the Bulls. I think we should keep building moving forward off of Wiggins. Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine has been great for the Bulls. Just got to keep building around that. That's one tool. Got Kobe White. He's a nice tool to have at the point guard position. So I feel like the Bulls is like 3, 4, 5. Those positions are what's really needed right now.
I like that. Thank you, Lester. I always appreciate you. Tim O'Brien filling us in that my man's gone from Philly. Oh, man. Okay. Haven Mosley, another tribe member. I think Philly should have made a play for Chris Paul. I don't know what pieces they would have given up for him, but he would have definitely helped him tremendously if Doc could make it work. What do you think about that, Tracy?
Chris Paul to Philly. So what we putting Ben Simmons at the 2? We getting rid of Ben Simmons? That's the biggest question I got. That leadership from Chris Paul, y'all, the toughness, Joel Embiid would love that. Obviously, that's one of the best centers in the league. So you get him, one of the best, will end up being one of the best point guards in NBA history. So that wouldn't have been a bad fit, honestly. Not at all.
I like that. Oh, my man. This is my man, 100 grand right here. Dr. Lloyd Walton says analytics simply tells you what happened in the past, not what's happening now, but what possibly could happen in the future. Dr. Lloyd Walton, those on Bardo's Breakdown know him very well. Former NBA great, has been working with the NBA Players Association, decades now. One of the few former NBA players with a PhD, and Dr. Lloyd Walton knows his stuff. Good to see you on here, Doc. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate your input. If you want to jump on, shoot me a text. I'll shoot you an invite. Love to have you on if you want to. Haven Mosley says something is about gambling, fancy sports drafts, got nerds a seat at the table. Says Haven Mosley talking about analytics. Okay, so it looks like we're getting close here. Yeah, they're doing the intro here, so let's bring this in and see if you guys can hear this. Well, no, they can't hear it, but we'll see. We'll see coming up. This is kind of nice though, man. They're showing the lottery picks, the projected lottery picks, and the coaches. We see Bruce Pearl, the coach that everybody at University of Illinois loves to hate. I would venture to say that Illini fans let that roll. Harlem Mixtape says Ben needs to lay on the couch and get some therapy. I don't know about that. See, everybody thinks it's Ben Simmons. I think it's Joel Embiid, who is the chemistry issue on the Sixers. You don't see Simmons on social media. You don't see him in commercials. You see Joel Embiid on commercials. You see him pouting. You see him falling out of shape. I think it's him. I don't think it's Simmons, who is the X factor in terms of chemistry. And Phase 51. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here is Adam Silver. And let's see. He is talking about the number 1 pick. All right. See, so I've got my screen up, Tracy, and I've got feed. So this feed is a little bit quicker than what I'm seeing on television, which is all right. E Wells 678. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you coming on. Okay, he must be talking about COVID and what the NBA is doing. You know what? And people on Bardo's Breakdown know this. I tip my hat to this dude here. Adam Silver navigated one of the most difficult situations that any pro franchise or pro sports organization has navigated in the history of pro sports in the United States. Not only did they come up with the bubble and had 0 positive tests, if you guys will go back to March, it was the NBA that set the national agenda towards COVID-19. Everybody was still playing. The rumors were out during the NFL Super Bowl that COVID-19 was present, and it ended up being a super spreader event, the Super Bowl, because people converged on the Super Bowl, then went back to where they were from and spread COVID-19.
Yep.
Adam Silver was the one that shut it down, and then college basketball followed, and then everybody else followed. So as far as I'm concerned, Adam Silver is one of the best leaders that we have in today's in the country that we have. All right, here we go. He said Minnesota's on the clock. And this is funny because they like to put the suspense in. E. Well 678 says, Bardo, you would have been a lottery pick in this draft. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know. My teammates on my team, shoot, I would have had 4 guys before me in the lottery. Shoot, and one of them is right here, Kendall Gill, and the people on here can see it. The guys on hold on, let me see if I can. I'm talking about right here, Instagram. Lou Henson, me, and Kendall Gill. He would have been he was the number 5 pick. So yeah, he would have been a lottery pick. I don't know about me, but I appreciate that sentiment. So let's see. Okay, ESPN is doing their build-up. Okay, Carol Pole Paquette comes with something here. The Bucks-Kings trade looks like it may be off because of Bogdan never agreed. Oh, man, that's terrible.
Whoa. That's big news right there.
That is big news because Bogan Bogdanovic, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best shooters that you're going to see. Jay Hood, what's good in the hood, baby? Good to see you. Wow, that's thank you, Carol. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that are tuning in for the first time, this is why I'm trying to tell you, join Bardo's Breakdown. I'm simply the point guard. I set the table. My tribe is strong. They are knowledgeable. They are on this game of college basketball in the NBA. And I'm sitting up here looking at the ESPN feed, and maybe they voiced it, but I've seen no graphics on that. So, Carol, thank you. And we'll monitor that and see if that is indeed the case.
I noticed the Bucks are trying to really build they're trying to move around that roster a lot and trying to put a lot of guys around Giannis to, make that situation better. Obviously, they've been the best team in the NBA for the last couple of years and didn't come up with it in the end. But as you can see, they've got a lot of activity right now with the players they trying to bring in and just moving guys around. So just wanted to say that.
Okay, now Tracy, you made a strong statement there. You said the Milwaukee Bucks have been the best team the last couple of years.
Statistically, according to the NBA.
You mean in terms of regular season wins?
Regular season wins. Yes.
Okay. Because
I don't think the Bucks are the best. I don't personally think the Bucks are the best team ever. I've never thought that. Honestly,
right.
Nobody that's not the best team. Got a great player. Don't get me wrong. But
yes, no doubt.
In the East, I thought the Heat was solid, and in the end, they came out to be solid and won the East. So the Heat was really good because this long defensive unit. A lot of teams who really focus on the defense.
You're right. Ooh, Negro League says Greek Freak is still going to leave. Trade him now. Wow. He also dealt with Donald Sterling's situation with the Clippers right after taking the reins as commissioner, handled it like a boss. That's another member, Ramon Moss, CDL in the house. Thank you, Ramon. Thanks for jumping on. Great to see you. Bogdan, according to Carol Paquette, says, can either sign with another team before Kings have a chance to match the deal. Wow. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it's going to be a lot of movement. A lot of things going to happen this evening. This may be one of the more active draft nights that we've seen because remember, free agency starts in 2 days. So they're going to be able to start signing free agents, or free agents will, reject an offer from their team and be able to move. And then if Dr. Lloyd Walton can correct me on this, I believe NBA training camp will start here in another week or two. So you'll have 3 weeks leading up into the December 22nd start of the NBA. So things are going to move extremely fast from this night moving forward. It's going to be on and popping. And here we go. Minnesota Timberwolves going to be up on this pick. Who y'all got? Who y'all got on the number 1 pick? Jay Hood says Anthony Edwards goes number 1, according to Shams. And Shams be on it. Let's see. Oh, come on, ESPN. Come on now. The clock is expired. You got 5. Man, I get it, but them holding like that is not going. It's not going to matter. The same amount of people that are watching right now are going to be the same amount of people if you wait 2 more minutes to make the number 1 pick. Alfred Williams, thanks for jumping on. Crazy, right? So Tracy,
yes,
when
sir.
you start doing games in studio,
yes,
because I'm going to call this. Tracy Abrams is going to be working with me at Big Ten Network this year. And when he comes in studio, get you one of these.
Okay.
And notice you can put lime or lemon. Cut them up, put them in the water. Here comes Adam Silver. Here we go.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna take that note down.
Get that water, man, because when you're talking as much as we are, you got to keep those pipes lubricated. All right, here we go. Anthony Edwards. There it is. Anthony Edwards, number 1 pick.
Georgia finest.
Yes, sir.
He was really good at Georgia this year. Extremely explosive off the bounce. He will dunk on you at the rim. Really good ball handles. Very solid off the ball screens. I look forward to seeing him being actually effective his first year, honestly. I
agree. And I think I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial, Tracy, but this is what I think. I've had player personnel, directors of NBA franchises call me. I have scouts call me all the time. They ask me about players. And, they talk about certain things. And one of the things they talked about with Anthony Edwards was that some of the criticism was the people that he hung out with, right?
I've heard that.
To me, Tracy, if you don't have African Americans in your front office that are in the room when you do these evaluations and you're doing your fact checking and you're doing your investigation, I said it earlier today, 80% of the African-American community in the United States lives in 10 to 12 of the largest metropolitan areas in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if Anthony Edwards grows up, I believe in Atlanta, if Derrick Rose grows up in Chi-Town, some of his friends may not be in legal activities. You feel me?
That's facts.
But if Anthony Edwards hasn't done anything wrong, if he hasn't failed any drug tests, if he hasn't gotten arrested for possession, if he hasn't gotten any DUIs, like a baseball manager that just got hired in Chicago a week before he got hired, got a DUI, and they knew it and still signed him.
Yeah, but came 2 weeks after he got hired. Yeah.
No. It happened before he got hired.
Right, happened before, then they didn't release it until like a couple weeks after. Excuse me. I was like, that's tough.
That's tough, right?
Yes.
So my thing is this is a young man. His record is clean, and thank goodness it didn't hurt him. He went number 1. Now, if he'd have went number 3, it still wouldn't have hurt him. But I'm glad that he got the opportunity to go number 1 because it is an honor to be a number 1 pick in the NBA draft. I don't care who it is.
Be right? Pick, better yet, number 1 pick. It is slim. The odds are slim against anybody. So be in that position is special.
Yes, it is. Jimmy Red 65. Thanks for jumping on. Let's see. Let's see what. Yeah. Okay. Lester McCarroll said that's a killer for the Bucks. Saw he wants to be a restricted free agent. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, we got a lot of people coming in. Carol Poe-Paquette says Edwards needs to work on his three-point shot. Can't remember percentage, but it was terrible. You know what, Carol? In defense of Anthony Edwards, he was not surrounded by a lot of talent at Georgia, and they played in an ultra-competitive SEC conference. I mean ultra-competitive. And so what happens is you see a young man, as they're showing some of his highlights here, you see a young man that had a lot of offensive pressure on his back. And the thing that I remember is that he gave Kentucky the business. He gave Michigan State 32 in the second half in the Maui Invitational. So when the lights were brightest, he was really, really able to do some great things. So I think he'll be fine. And, you know, once you get to, you know, the NBA level, these guys don't have to go to class. They can totally dedicate themselves to their game. The floor will space out a little bit. His ability to break people down off the bounce. And he's 230 pounds. So he'll be able to use his athleticism and size to get to the rim and break down defenders. Jay Hood says, when Edwards says he doesn't like basketball that much, he prefers football. What does that tell coaches and evaluators? Well, Jay Hood, I tell you what, Tracy Abrams, I want to see your thought on this.
Because he said he would. What did he say he didn't?
When Edwards says he doesn't like basketball that much, he prefers football. What does that tell coaches and evaluators? Jay Hood.
When I first read that, I had mixed feelings. I got mad a little again, but then when I thought about it, I was thinking, how long has he been playing the game? That's the real question that I asked myself. How much do you love it? How much do you know about it? And to say something like that, that means he still got a very, very great talent, extremely good player. He still got a lot of learning and stuff to figure out with this sport, as you can see when you make comments like that.
Great point, Tracy. Great point. Thank you for adding that, Jay Hood. To me, the guys that play basketball, that play football, they have a distinct advantage. Tracy, I remember I could always tell when a dude played high school football because they were leveraging space better than just guys that just play basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
I think those guys do understand the space. I think football players are aggressive. In this day and age, you get, I'm going to say it, a lot of guys are little prima donnas in this age. They don't like the physicality a lot like that. So when you do get a guy who likes that, who seeks that, and who's like, rah, 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 you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you probably played, y'all were extremely aggressive, defensive oriented, locked in. So like the game has shifted offensively. So like once you see a football player, you'll see like the aggressive level is totally different.
No, you're right. That's a very good point. And to me, I think that in terms of today's player compared to 30 something years ago when I played, it was a lot different. The game was much more physical when I played. Guys didn't play as much. AAU wasn't a big thing then. We worked on our game, but we didn't play a lot of games in the summer. It was more skill development. And so I think the game now, the players are so skilled, right? But like you're saying, the aggressiveness and the way that the game is officiated now, it takes away from being able to be as physical as the game used to be. So good insight there. Let's see. Football's America's game. Kevin Haywood, football's America's game. Nothing is bigger than the Super Bowl. I understand him. Okay. All right. Hey, E. Wells 678 brings in a great point. Allen Iverson's first love was football. Well, he ended up being a Hall of Famer.
How aggressive was he on? How aggressive did he approach the game?
He was a beast. All right. Donovan Lang has I would question his maturity and commitment to which is now his job. Okay. Fair enough. Making comments like that, I can see why people would kind of do the thing. Michael Payne. All right, wait a minute. Here we go, y'all. Let me bring this back up. Here we go. James Wiseman, number 2 pick in the NBA draft, goes to Golden State. So
that will be critical.
There's Penny Hardaway. See, and I like that. Penny Hardaway, if you remember, Tracy, James Wiseman was only able to play 3 games at Memphis. Why? Because Penny Hardaway took money out of his pocket to help his family move to Memphis. Now, it was going to benefit Penny, no doubt. But to me, that's a great sign right there that Penny is in the house with James Wiseman. It'll be interesting to see how many college coaches are in the house with the draft picks when they get selected. That's interesting. And see, the thing is, Tracy, what do you think about this? Penny Smart, that's a heck of a recruiting tool, don't you think?
That's a heck of a recruiting tool. He's going to always go back to the school. He's going to always have that connection with Penny. And that, by my understanding, I think it's legal. I think he can use that as a tool where he get Wiseman to holler at a couple guys. Hey, well, so I think that's really good for Penny. Once the players see that in this age, for sure, I think if a player see that they got a player coach and like their coaches for them, that makes that recruiting process a lot easier, because I think it goes back until we talked about the lax feel that the athletes need and want, the love and all that they feel like they need in today's game. He's going to provide that. And that's
I agree. Hunter Holly, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Michael Payne, believe me, T-Wolves did their homework. They see huge upside with him. The kid's body's NBA ready and has a mentality. Michael Payne that's a family member of mine, Tracy. Michael was James Wiseman's, let me bring this up. James Wiseman's kind of broken down crying. They kind of went off of him. But, the reality, ladies and gentlemen, with these young men, I love seeing the emotion because it's not fake. The realization of a life's worth of work comes to fruition. Think about how many nights these guys dreamed of being a lottery pick or being a first or second round pick and playing the NBA, right? I may have been in tears, but Tracy, I got a funny story on draft day. I go down, me and my family go down to where my sister lives in at the time, they lived in Tampa, St. Pete, in Florida. And so I could have gone late first round all the way to the last pick of the second round with the Los Angeles Lakers. And my agent, Arn Tellum, at the time was keeping me informed. So I was so nervous, went to the mall, hung out. We get close to the time, and me and my brother-in-law, we start drinking Long Island iced teas, right? I get so drunk that I only stay up long enough to see Kendall Gill get picked number 5. And I passed out. I didn't see any of the other draft picks until I got drafted 41st pick. My family rustled me up. They threw me in the shower. They got me kind of, because they knew the team was going to be calling. And so I'm sitting there, and Babcock, the assistant GM from the Atlanta Hawks, is talking to me, and all I'm doing is like, yeah, okay, yep, I'm happy to be there. I'll be ready. Hung up and passed out again, bro. No lie.
What an experience, right? What an experience, right?
True story. Because I was so nervous. And ladies and gentlemen, I was 22. So I was of legal age.
He was a young man.
I was 21. I'm sorry, I was 21. But I was of legal age. So
extremely young. Let's just say that.
Yeah, right. So, I may have been, happy and emotional and everything, but I deadened all that out with alcohol. So, I like to share that every draft day because it's a kind of a funny story, and I like to laugh at myself. Let's see. Here we go. Let me bring this in. Add to the stream. Here we go. Charlotte Hornets select LaMelo Ball, number 3 pick. Now,
I don't mean to cut you off. That's a lot of guards. Terry Rozier. You got the guard from Kansas who just
Devontae Graham.
Unbelievable year. He averaged 4 points the previous year. Then last year he averaged 18 points almost. Yeah, it's a tough situation right there.
So Rozier.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the odd one out?
Rozier. They expected him. They put him in a big role last year. When they bought him from Boston, I thought they really was dependent on him to have a solid year last year, and I don't think he really exemplified what they were looking for, to be honest.
Okay, I agree. And man, look, Jay Hood made a great point. He said, "Wait till Michael Jordan chooses behind out." Talking about LaMelo Ball. Because LaMelo, there's some question about his defensive effort and whatnot, but I think he'll pick it up. This is what he's been working for the whole time. And what do you think about LeVar Ball, Tracy? What are your thoughts?
I got plenty of thoughts about LeVar. I just don't. LeVar Ball is, he's very outspoken, as we all know. I'm almost 50-50 with him most of the times in terms of agreeing with him, but I can't really make too many broad statements because it's so much. I don't know where to start at with him.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know what I think? I think the dude's a genius because Lonzo Ball went number 2 in the NBA draft. LaMelo Ball goes number 3.
Yeah.
So I think where people didn't like his approach, his preparation for his sons has been unbelievable. Would you agree?
I totally agree with that component. That's the part I was like, I really agree with him, but like sometimes I don't always agree with the statements he make. But when it comes to the boys and what he did in the position that he put them in, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He gave those guys confidence. He marketed them like they was the best players that ever touched the basketball, and look at the results.
First brothers to be top 5 picks in NBA draft history. So anybody that has something negative to say about LeVar Ball, given that statistic, that to me, the stuff that people didn't like as much, Tracy, was him trying to market big baller brand, right? All he did was take the playbook from Madonna You might be too young to remember Madonna. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's probably a little bit before my time, but I get the analogy.
Right.
I got you. I get your analogy. I got you.
So Madonna was the hottest thing in music. She was a pop star, good-looking lady, could dance, was a great performer, but she was outlandish. And so she drew a lot of attention to herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think he took that playbook, and if you remember, everybody and their mama had him on ESPN, Fox Sports. He was on Good Morning America. He got the brand out there, right?
Right.
So, Young Wayne, what's up, Young Wayne? Max Jr. says, Bulls up next. Shot-Town, stand up. What's happening? Let's see. James Wiseman goes number 2. Okay, let's see. Do you think Jordan will put up with any crap if LeVar tries his nonsense? Ladies and gentlemen, I think if LeVar Ball was going to try some nonsense, I think we would have seen it by now. Lonzo left Southern California, got to, here we go. Bulls, here we go, y'all. Patrick Williams, wow. Florida State, 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. So, what's that tell you, ladies and gentlemen, with the Bulls pick? What do y'all think? Tracy, what do you think of this pick?
Well, I feel like we could have done a lot. I'm not no disrespect to Patrick Williams at all. We could have done a little bit better, I think. Just with if anything, I would have said get a 3 guard. Get a solid 3 guard. It was a lot of nice guards in this draft. You get a nice 3 guard to add on to the scoring component that the Bulls need from the perimeter. If you can get some guys who can make the plays from the perimeter, it spreads the flow out. Us added another 4 or 5, and I speak to us because I am a Bulls fan. I'm a true Chicago kid.
Heck yeah, as you should be.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right pick for us, honestly.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, to me, the fact that Patrick Williams was drafted, you may see a trade come soon because he was really coveted by some teams like Detroit at 7. I think the Hawks liked him a little bit. He was coveted, highly coveted. And here's the thing, guys. What's his name? Leonard Hamilton produces NBA talent.
Yeah. Guys
from Florida State they come ready to the NBA right off the bat. So I think you're going to see Patrick Williams, if he can really blend with this young core that the Bulls have, it's going to be interesting. So to me, this would indicate to me, Tracy, that the Bulls think that they can get a guard in free agency. See what I'm saying? A lead guard.
That makes sense. That makes total sense, actually, yes.
Right? Max Jr. said, terrible pick in my opinion. Wow. Folks don't like this pick. Wow. Eric Powell. Let me see what Eric said. I really like his size and athleticism. Obi would have also been interesting, though. Okay.
Obi would have been a perfect pick. I'm not really sure who said it. You said Obi would have been – that's the pick that I would have really liked. You see him at Dayton. That's a nice, solid player to have alongside with a Zach LaVine. Trust me, just really good in it. Like I said, transition, nice big body. That's the kid that I was thinking about as well.
Okay. Instagram folks, stay tuned. I got to cut off in 30 seconds. I'll come right back on. So please consider jumping back on. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook and all that, we're good. Don't go nowhere. All right. So Eric Powell likes his size and athleticism. Kevin White seems to think the same thing. Calvin, all you guys, jump back on. I got to stop this and come back on. So come back with me, okay? All right, let me end the Instagram piece. And then let's see here. All right. Gary Boyson thinks that's a good point. The draft is fluid. I totally agree. Man, Instagram is tripping today. Like, I can't get whatever, man. These folks, dude.
Not that this matter, but from my understanding, I'm getting word. Patrick Williams didn't start any games?
No, he was sixth man of the year in the ACC.
Okay.
So, but that'll tell you something. Now think about this, though.
I wanted to bring that up for a reason. I wanted to see how you felt about that, actually.
Well, I look at it like this. Here we go. Oh, I think they're doing a recap. Okay. I thought they were going to come up with the number 5 pick here, which Cleveland's on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Magic 22 and Jimmy Red 65 for jumping back on. I had to kill the thing there because IG Live will let you go for an hour only. So I think that you might see something. Oh, okay. Donovan Lang thinks that Wendell Carter Jr. is definitely gone. Okay, Donovan, why do you say that? Tracy, you have any thoughts on that? Why you think that Wendell Carter may be gone?
I do think Wendell will be gone. No disrespect to Wendell. I like to say that because I show love everybody. I think he'll be gone. In that position right now, they need somebody who can be an offensive threat. Somebody who can, bring some athleticism. No offense to his size, but a longer guy, more physical. The Bulls really need that. If you look back at that team, it's probably Thaddeus Young was one of the guys who they brought in quick off the bench last year, and they got him in a lot. If you go back to those games, they was bringing him in. He played a lot of minutes late, and Wendell was on the bench. So I think they definitely looking to make a change with Wendell Carter.
And see, okay, I totally disagree, bro, because here's my thing. Wendell Carter Jr. could be a stretch 5 for an organization for 10 straight years. He's great. He's gifted athletically. He's big and strong. He can shoot the basketball. Again, I will reference the Jim Boylan era as one of the worst in NBA history because of his approach as a coach and his inability to develop talent. Mm-hmm. Those guys got worse. Lauri Markkanen looked like he needed to be on somebody's psychiatric couch.
Player development definitely was an issue. The only players who exemplifies betterness was Zach LaVine. But if you look at Zach LaVine, he worked out so heavy in the summer. There was kind of nothing you could kind of do about that. Cody was new, young. He was going to put that work in. But I totally agree with Steve on that. Player development, skill-wise, was tough. It's been tough for the Bulls, like you said.
It has been. It doesn't need to be that way. Victor Smith, thanks for joining. I think that what happens – oh, wow. Okay, Jimmy Red 65 has a good point here. He said maybe protection for Markkanen and leaving. All right, here we go, y'all.
Oh, good question. Good point.
Here we go. Isaac Okoro from Auburn, number 5 pick to Cleveland. Boy, this kid right here, woo-wee.
He's serious.
I mean, here's a guy that is a perfect 3-and-D guy. He doesn't shoot the ball well yet, but I think he's going to be able to work that out. But at 230, 6'6", he can guard 4 different positions. Maybe the best defender in the draft. And at Auburn, if you guys have ever watched Auburn play, in ball screen situations and when he had the basketball, he did an excellent job of making decisions. He was able to get guys open. He'd put it on the deck and get to the rim and be able to kick out to a defender. His lower body might be the most developed of any player in the draft. And they're showing him playing one-on-one defense against Kyra Lewis, who to me is going to be the steal of the draft. That's going to be the sleeper in this year's draft. Kyra Lewis, point guard out of Alabama. You heard it here first. That dude is a beast. And they just showed Isaac Okoro switching off on him, being able to contain him. Ooh.
Beast.
And then obviously he can dunk on you at the rim with his athleticism. So Cleveland going with a very athletic guard forward who's got some versatility in his game. Tracy, what do you think of the pick?
I think that was a good pick for them. I like 3D guys just from a player perspective and just like learning about those. Those are the type of players people you want on your team because they buy into the role easily, what you want them to do. Like you said, his shot wasn't that good, but it's something that you don't have the time to work on it. But that was a good pick for them. I really do think that.
Okay, Larry Biddle. What's up, Larry? Good to see you, man. Hold on, let me pull him up. Larry Biddle says we drafted a project. Now, that if Larry's correct, Tracy, that would feed into maybe him being used for trade later on, right? Because to me, the Bulls don't need another project. They need a player.
They need somebody who's going to be effective when the season starts this year.
Right. 908, thanks for joining. Oh, Dan Li4. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Zube. Baby, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. MZ, thanks for joining. I'll call you MZ. Let's see. Eric Powell says, good call. Any ideas on who they could target in free agency? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Fred VanVleet has re-signed with Toronto, but I know that he was one of the top free agents in the market, right? E Will 678 said there's a line that's most hated, Bruce Pearl. So if you want to make a big splash in Chicago and you want to go after a heck of a lead guard, Fred VanVleet is a Rockford, Illinois native.
Yes, sir.
He might want to come back to the Chi. Do you know him at all, Tracy?
I do. I don't know him at all, but I said what's up to him a couple times, but not really like formal like that. But I know who he is. Definitely, in my mind, he's a Chicago kid as well. Love seeing him play on the circuit in AAU. I was a year older than Fred, maybe 2 years older than Fred, but I used to watch them play, and Fred was the same player he is now. He's more polished now, of course, but he was like that when he was coming up as well.
Dame Rion, thanks for joining. Let's see. Jay Hood, ladies and gentlemen, who has Jay Hood, I can't remember the show. Hood and Cap and Hood. What he's got a really good morning ESPN radio show. Jay Hood is a radio legend.
What's up, Jay Hood? How you doing, sir?
You know Jay Hood. And so he has given me great information on Instagram. I was told the Bulls internally love this pick. Okay. Good to know. Again, to me, Leonard Hamilton is the most underrated college basketball coach in the country. He's in the ACC. He's in the shadow of Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim. It was Pitino when Pitino was at Louisville. Now Tony Bennett, because Tony Bennett has a championship now with Virginia. But each and every year he gets these long, athletic guys to play team basketball. They're ready defensively. They're physically intimidating, and they're good young men. So shout out to Leonard Hamilton of Florida State for yet again bringing on and developing another lottery pick.
Hey, Florida State they always done a great job with recruiting and like developing players like you were saying earlier. I'm just thinking about to the time when I played against them in college. They were really polished, like as a team, like just from like 5 to 1, even just like on the guys on the bench. They do a really good job with recruiting and stuff like that. So I just wanted to add that in because that's facts.
Bro, you can add anything in, man, you want. Okay, wait a minute. Wow, Lester McCarroll says he's kind of numb with this pick for the Bulls. Almost seems like a Jerry Krause move. Ooh, that's old school. You didn't like the pick on Lester. Okay. I can understand that because unfortunately a lot of people in this region, Tracy, they didn't get a chance to see Florida State play a lot, I don't think. And so, there's that. Hold on for a second. Let me blow my nose real quick. Excuse me for that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull this out. Let's see. Victor Smith, don't get it twisted. Leonard Hamilton sends guys that are ready to contribute to the NBA, says Victor Smith. Mr. Born Vane, Gabriel M. Snyder, thanks for joining, guys. Shoot. Wait a minute. I think I just messed up. Let me see. I think I just messed up, Tracy.
What we got?
Onyeka Okongwu was just drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man could be another steal in the draft. A lot of people don't know about him.
Oh, I remember.
Because he played on the left coast. Some say the best coast. But this dude has some upside. Do you know much about him, Tracy?
I do. I remember watching a couple highlights from high school, actually. I know he was on the team. I know they just showed a picture with LaMelo Ball and him, so I have seen a couple clips of him. He's athletic, very, very athletic kid. So I don't know as much details like that, but he's extremely athletic.
Yes, he is. And he makes plays. Like at USC, he was able to make a lot of different plays, whether it was a loose ball, a block shot, saving the ball out of bounds, getting in the post, making a play, running the floor. I like this kid. I like him a lot. I know Charlotte was really high on him. There was some thought that they might move up to get him, but that didn't happen. So the Atlanta Hawks have a good one. Now think about this. With the Hawks picking him, they've got John Collins, they've got Clint Capella. Do they see him as a guy that will back up both positions? Or do we possibly see some movement from the Atlanta Hawks via trade? What do you think, Tracy?
I think they just want to have like the extra athleticism in the back in case somebody get hurt, honestly. Somebody, Clint Capella, one of those John Collins, you remember he went down. I mean, I ain't gonna say he went down. He got hurt late in the season, and that affected them a lot because they depended on him so heavily. So I think just having that backup guy is good for them.
I would agree. Let's see. Get past this here. Donovan Lang, he ain't lying. Okay, wait a minute. I can see the comment, Facebook user. The motherland is representing. Yes, they are. Onyeka Okongwu, Isaac Okoro. Yes, they are. Let's see. Trey, my dad coached you to live Tahir Muhammad. Do you know who that is, Tracy?
Yes, I remember Coach Muhammad for sure. He coached me not just grammar school, a couple years not in high school, but just travel basketball. I've seen him a couple times. What's up, my guy? Tell your dad I said what's up, man.
Thanks for that, Talib. Appreciate you tuning in, man, and shouting out Tracy. That's love right there. Carol Paquette says, I can see it as do the Knicks take Kyron Lewis at number 8. Here's the thing. A lot of people have tremendous belief in RJ Barrett. I don't quite have that belief. I'm just going to be honest. Because to me, the kid can't wipe his behind with his right hand. Everything is left hand. Everything is left hand, right? And so he's got good size, but his jumper is not going to keep you honest from 3, so you can play off him a little bit. But if you get Kyron Lewis, whoever gets Kyron Lewis, ladies and gentlemen, he's a baller.
That's a bucket.
Here we go. Here we go. Detroit Pistons select Killian Hayes.
That's a great
Killian Hayes, ladies and gentlemen.
point guard.
Illinois. Go ahead, Tracy.
I think that's pretty interesting that Detroit got a point guard. Honestly, he's a very solid player. To be honest, nice playmaker, good at making people better, especially just like kicking the ball, making the extra play. So that's not a bad pick at all. Solid point guard.
Played professionally in Germany. He's originally from France, and he's a defensive hound. So he's a guy that can really pick up, defend. Tracy talked about his ability. You'll see on the stats here, he's got some athleticism. He's got a really good build at 6'5", can get in the paint, and he's a lefty, so he can really finish. He can find guys on the perimeter with his ability to kick, penetrate, and find guys. This is a good pick for the Detroit Pistons.
It really is. Just having that experience from an overseas, like seasoned guy like that, those leagues are defensive oriented. So he's gonna have he's gonna be a little bit more polished, just like coming into the league and being able to like read those plays and just adapt them. I think actually that's a really solid pick for them.
Yeah, I like that too. OJ Smith, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's see. With number 6 pick, another pick that has good defensive skills. Interesting trend, says Eric Powell. This is interesting, isn't it? Because these guys, they don't fit necessarily the pace and space, the analytics game. You know, the guys can space the floor. These guys are defenders first. So Eric Powell with a very good observation. Ewell 678 says, Bardo, I'm a lefty and I can't weep. I can't. Ewell 678 says, I'm a lefty and I can't wipe my behind with my right hand either. I love it. Let's see. Okay. The Knicks right now, if they pass on Tyrese Halliburton, that will indicate to me that their front office really hasn't changed their mentality, right? Because to me, Tyrese Halliburton could have easily been gone right now.
Yeah.
Jay Billis says he's the best available player still left right now. What's up, Coach Davis? Good to see you on here. Thanks for joining as always. Man, you know what, Tracy? I know that every draft we see players that were supposed to go higher, but that didn't, and they're in New York, and the cameras are in their face and all that. If there is a silver lining in the fact that these guys don't go to New York and we're in COVID-19, that they can at least be with their loved ones in the comfort of wherever they want to be, and they can be insulated somewhat with that. What are your thoughts on that?
Obviously, I think it's pretty good for kids to, it's a dream come true to be able to go to Madison Square Garden, just to enjoy that whole experience. But just we got to adapt the times we in. I think it's cool that, it's safe right now, that wherever you at, you already know, like, there's no pressure. Like you said, you was able to go whatever experience that you had through, and you was like, I was asleep most of the time. At least you wasn't at Madison Square Garden sleep. So, I think it's good that they was able to be at home, especially during these times. But it's the kids' dreams to go to Madison Square and stuff like that. So I totally understand.
Yep. And I see that they were showing some stuff with Tom Thibodeau and what he's doing. Jay Will rocking the turtleneck. Interesting look there from my man. Yep. So with the Knicks pick, Tracy, would you go guard? Would you go wing, or would you go big? What are you thinking?
I would try to get a solid big if I'm the Knicks, and I would try to get a big-time player and just like during this trade period, free agent, whatever you want to call it. They need somebody like DeMar DeRozan. He's available. Bring somebody who would be able to, help DeMar Rosen be a better player. They can help each other. I don't know if that's a young guy or not, but if I had the chance, I would go DeMar DeRozan and just build somebody else around him.
All right, the New York Knicks select Obi Toppin. Wow.
It's a great pick.
That's a great pick.
Hey, that's a great pick. That's probably one of the best picks they made in a long time.
Isn't it? Got a guy that can come right in and help them immediately. You mentioned it, 22 years old. If Dayton would have gotten to the NCAA tournament, I think he would have been drafted even higher.
He would have went higher. He's a good player.
Yes, he is. Extremely athletic. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a young man that couldn't dunk in high school. He couldn't dunk until his senior year in high school. Then he grew. He kept working on his game. And this is where hard work pays off. I'm really happy for this young man. Some had him going top 3, but he ended up doing his thing. What do you like most about his game, Tracy?
I like this athleticism, and I like that he don't get laxed. I watched Dayton play a lot actually this year. He didn't get lax. He attacked the game. He approached most of the games the same every time. And I think just thinking about it on my college experience, it's all about that approach and how you going into those games. And he exemplified that most of the nights. I think so.
I agree. Okay, Lester McCarroll says, rumor is that Patrick Williams has Kawhi Leonard potential, and NBA scouts had him rapidly climbing up the board over the past week. We'll see. Wow.
It's a ball.
Wow. What do you think about that, Tracy?
I think that's pretty bold statement right there to compare somebody to Kawhi. Kawhi is like a silent assassin. You talk about 3D. He's the one of the first people you want to look at when you think of like 3D. And just over the years, as you see, he's been able to develop one of the best mid-range games. So if you could compare somebody to Kawhi, I think that's a pretty good comparison to even have.
I would agree. And Tarun Reddy, one of Tarun, what's good, man? One of Bardo's Breakdown Tribe members. He says, with such a short training camp, will any of these rookies be able to make an impact? I think several of them will, Tarun. I think the young man you just saw get drafted by the Knicks, Obi Toppin. I see LaMelo Ball coming in for the Charlotte Hornets. I see Weissman being able to start for Golden State. I see Anthony Edwards starting. So I think a lot of these guys will be able to make an impact. Scott Britton says, now the Knicks have 10 power forwards. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But Kevin White has a different opinion. He says the Knicks have finally figured out the draft.
I think that was one of the Knicks' best picks in a long time. Normally, fans got a reason to be upset. This year, they got a reason to be excited. That's a really good player.
I agree. And Tom Thibodeau, one thing we know, Thibodeau's going to play hard. His teams are going to play hard. So, Gailey Tucker, Randy Dasis, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, okay. All right. So, let's see. Next up on the pick number 9, the Washington Wizards. You got any thoughts on this, Tracy?
Washington Wizards. I heard Washington Wizards got John Wall on the trade line for Russell Westbrook. I don't know how accurate that is, but if possible, I definitely see them going for a big. You'll bring in. They won't get another guard. You got Brad Beal. You got a guy like John Wall or Russell Westbrook. You just need to bring somebody who can, feed off those guys. Play their role really well.
Okay. Harlem Mixtape, thanks for jumping on again. Appreciate it. The Knicks are on the clock. 30 seconds left before they have to pick. The Wizards, number 9 pick, are on the clock before they have to make the call here. Adrian Wojciechowski talking about probably talking about the trade rumors. Tracy, did you hear Russell Westbrook for John Wall straight up?
Yeah, I don't know how accurate it is. I've heard that. I'm actually looking at some stuff now on my live feed, just like my news live feed. I've heard that a couple of times, and like just on my little feed that I'll be getting information from. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's in discussion.
Okay, interesting here.
That's Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. That's a strong backcourt.
I agree. And I think any backcourt with Russell Westbrook is a strong backcourt. A lot of people don't like him. I love him.
Man, I love West. You can't.
I love Westbrook because the dude plays hard, man.
If you get a player with a mentality like that, it's rare that you ever see that. So, like, I mean, yes, he's Russ. We all know how Russ is, but yeah, you gotta love that, man. As a fan, as a player, as a basketball fanatic, you gotta love that.
I agree. It looks like the pick. I thought they were going to the pick. I thought it was coming in. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The Washington Wizards select Denny Advia from Israel.
Tel Aviv.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Advia was really highly ranked among some scouts that I talked to. 6'9", can put it on the deck, is a playmaker. Tracy's one of those guys, he can shoot the three, but he's not going to be the best three-point shooter. He can put it on the deck. He's not going to be the best ball handler.
Mm-hmm.
He can go in the post, but he just knows how to play, right?
Yes.
Big size, good size, a very competitive Israeli league. What are your thoughts right now on this pick?
This is a nice season guy to bring on your team. Like you was just saying, you want to bring a role guy in who fits really well, who knows how to listen. I know I've been talking about role players a lot because I think like when you bringing in players in, you already got your vets. You know who your scorers is. So you bring a nice glue guy in, knows what he's doing, get him around a guy like Chris Paul. He's going to put him in the right positions and just like feed him the game the right way. So that's great for them.
I agree. You see, youngest ever player to play for Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Yeah, that's what I said. Tel Aviv. That's a strong lead. I remember. I played a couple teams and throughout my career from that conference and stuff like that. Strong league. I think he'll be really solid for this team because he knows the game. He's been playing professional.
Good call there. So the Washington Wizards go with Denny Avdia. I'm gonna get his name right. Yeah, man, there's a text number if you want to join Bardo's Breakdown Tribe. Shoot me a text. Get the inside scoop, get the inside information on what's happening in the NBA and college basketball. Let's see. Carol Popaquet said, I thought Denny would have went to the Bulls. Carol, he was a popular pick. A lot of people thought the same way that he would definitely be able to go in and do that. Is that my man Dave Sims that jumped on Instagram? What's up, Dave? If that's you, good to see you, brother. Wish I was working games with you on Fox this year. Don't know that we will be because, with COVID and, the question whether they're going to travel people or not. But I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. Great to see you, brother. Let's see. Look what Tarun. Can you see the screen, Tracy?
Yeah, I see it.
Tell the truth, Tracy.
Hey, he's going like 4 in this draft. Right with the Bulls, Chicago native kid. They couldn't let him go. They wasn't gonna let him pass.
You know what? The only draft pick, the only top 5 pick I would have been in was a Nerf hoop league, bro. I was old back in the day, bro. The Nerf hoop on my bedroom wall, door. Don't get it twisted. You old heads know what I'm talking about. A little hook that you put on the door and then you close it, and the wall's your backboard. Man, my parents' house, man, the wood was ripped because I'd be dunking on it. And oh man, dude, come on, man. That's the only time that I would have been top 5 pick. Appreciate that, Tarun.
Oh,
That's funny. Here you go. Let's see. To live to hear Muhammad, good show and analysis, Stephen Tracy. Let Tracy know my dad is Coach Hill from Fisk Elementary, not Coach Muhammad. Oh, I'm excited.
That makes everything even better. That makes everything even better. I've been around Coach Hill since I was in 3rd grade, so you ain't got to say one more word. Coached me throughout my whole grammar school career. Always kept in tune with me, man. Tell Coach Hill and his wife I hope they all doing well. Definitely sending my love and prayers your way.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. You're a working man's player. You hustle and was unmasked. Thank you, Talib. I appreciate that. What are you gonna say, Tracy?
Who your sleeper for tonight? Who you got like sleeper? Like who is one of your favorite like players to watch all this throughout college this past year?
2 players. Kyra Lewis, the point guard from Alabama, who will probably go late lottery. Say it again, Tracy.
Late first. I say he would go early second round. Hopefully late first. He was really
Kyra
good.
Lewis?
He was really good. He'll be a sleeper, like you said. You see what he was able to do in some of those games last year? He had
a triple-double against Auburn.
When's the last time we even was graced with something like that?
Right. So, but no, I'll be surprised if he's not top 14. He'll go in the next, what are we? We're up on now. We're at the number 10 pick with Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
He won't go Phoenix because they just got Chris Paul, obviously. San Antonio's 11. San Antonio might get Devin Vassell. 12 is Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox is solid there.
Yeah, they won't get a guard.
New Orleans Pelicans, probably not, but Boston Celtics. I'll be surprised if Kyra Lewis gets past the Boston Celtics. Okay? He's one of them. And Zeke Naji, the tall stretch 4, not really stretch 4, he's a 4 from Arizona. That kid has tremendous upside. Those two players right there are my sleepers in the draft. Kyra Lewis from Alabama and Zeke Naji from Arizona. So when they start blowing up, y'all can be like, dang, I heard that on Bardo's breakdown first. So Tracy, has there been any big surprises to you in this draft thus far?
Nah, it's like a lot of bigs going. Obviously, we've seen a couple guards who we all expected to go. For me, I'll be looking to where it'd be like in terms of guards, bigs. I kind of gauge that in terms of just like what I'll be thinking about. But it's kind of going on a course of like what we expected, I think. I'm over here looking at like the draft board. It's not too far off in terms of like the top 10 players who they had prediction-wise. So I would say it's going solid. You got the overseas players as usual who comes in and kind of like.
Here we go. We got another pick. Phoenix Suns select Jalen Smith from Maryland. Woo! That's a big surprise. I did not see Jalen Smith going number 10 in the draft. Wow. I've seen a lot of this young man, covered him for his 2 seasons at Maryland.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Jalen
Smith is a baller, ladies and gentlemen. Stretch 4. He really transformed his body while he was at Maryland. Is a very interesting young man. Kind of came into his own last season. Man, that's a great pick for him, for the Maryland program, and for the Phoenix Suns. That to me is the first major sleeper or a major surprise here in the draft. Tracy, what are your thoughts?
That's a big surprise. That's a big surprise. I was just talking about forwards. I didn't think we were going to get a forward going right back up. But he's pretty big, pretty athletic, nice foundation guy. I think he'll be solid in the role that he get on that team.
So when you look at the Phoenix Suns, you got Chris Paul, You got Devin Booker, who will probably lead the league in scoring this year. You got T.J. Warren, right?
Yes.
No, wait a minute. T.J. Warren's in Indiana.
You got Big Aiden. You got Aiden.
Yes, Aiden.
You got
Mikal Bridges from Villanova. Phoenix.
Memphis.
Say it again.
No, you're right, because they gave Joe Jackson up. I was thinking about him.
Yeah, so you got DeAndre Ayton. Now you got Jalen Stick-Smith, the stretch 4. You got Mikal Bridges at the 3, Devin Booker at the 2, Chris Paul at the 1. Dude, Phoenix Suns might be in the Western Conference playoffs this year.
They're gonna make the playoffs for sure. Think about it. Right in the bubble, they were one of the only teams to go 8-0. Quick stats, quick statistic. That team went 8-0 without Chris Paul in this last bubble. So I would assume if I'm a player, I'm going into the season pretty confident. You know, bringing in our tools that we bring in, on nice tools that we adding on to the team. Phoenix Suns definitely should be in the playoffs this season for sure.
Okay, good question here by Victor Smith. Why do you think Halliburton has fallen down the board? I'm not sure. Victor, great question, because Halliburton, to the scouts that I talked to, they thought he wouldn't drop past the Bulls, right? They thought that he would be a guy that would be one of the first guards taken. Behind Edwards and Ball, they thought Tyrese Halliburton would be the next guard taken. So that's a great question. I'm not sure, because his off the court, they said he came out as high as anybody off the court. So people were really high on this young man, and I'm not sure why he has fallen like he has, but he's still in the lottery. And you know what happens? Guys use that as motivation. Sleepers, Kareem Maine, says Gary Boyson. Okay, we'll look for that name, Kareem Maine. Let me back out of this. These banners are pretty cool, aren't they, Tracy?
They're really good. I actually like. I'm pretty impressed with the whole setup.
Yeah, man, these things are something else, bro.
I was able to see the setup through Facebook before, so this is a whole different vibe performance. It's really nice.
Yeah, man, and being able to bring in the feed and whatnot. And the thing is, Instagram doesn't do a good job, in my opinion, of being able to give you third-party software to make it look like this, because I'm on Facebook, YouTube. I'm on my Facebook page. I'm on my Facebook group. I'm on my personal Facebook situation. I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitter. All right now, all live. But I got to use my iPad to go live on Instagram. So Instagram, come on now. Come up to speed, baby. Come up to speed. All right, so the San Antonio Spurs are getting ready to pick. Who do you guys think? What do you think, Tracy? What position?
Cole Anthony. I'm going off the wall because I like Cole Anthony.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Now you do know that DeRozan's coming back.
It's okay. They need a nice young guard.
Okay, but they got some nice guards now. White. They've got.
Maybe I'm biased. I've watched Cole Anthony play a lot, and I see something very, very nice in him when I watch him play. He's nice off the ball screens, and he's good at just making guys better, on a different level to me, just from a point guard perspective. He's really good at making guys better. If you can make guys better, your teammates like you, you'll be around.
You're right. DChamp22, Southpaw Sun 7. Thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it. So if you guys are on Instagram, you want the full effect, because it's me and Tracy Abrams, former Fighting Illini guard, joining me here, hosting Bardo's Breakdown. If you want the full effect, you can go to YouTube, my YouTube channel. You can go to my Twitter page, or Periscope, I should say. Go to my Periscope page. You can go to any of my 3 Facebook pages. If you want to see the graphics, you want to see me and Tracy, and you want to see the direct feed from the NBA draft, because we've got all that right now. Let's see. Okay, here we go. The San Antonio Spurs select Devin Vassell from Florida State.
Florida State is doing unbelievable.
Doing big things, aren't they?
Yes, they're doing really good.
2 guard, can really space the floor, but I think Devin's ability, Tracy, he was more of a spot-up shooter and a defender at Florida State, as we'll see some of his highlights here. He's a spot-up guy, but he's long, man. His wingspan is tremendous. He's a great defender because, as we mentioned earlier, all of Florida State's players, if you're going to play for Leonard Hamilton, you got to sit down and play defense.
Defense, yep.
He can do that with some of the best of them. One of the best defenders in this draft.
How do you feel? I think the 3D guys, like this is something, this always been a trend. Just to give everybody kind of some insight. 3D guys who are like 6'4" and up, those guys get drafted. I'm just gonna be honest. 3 guys who can shoot the ball, nice solid shooter, nice length, solid defender.
Yep.
Those guys get drafted.
Right.
You can look back in the trend of drafts and you can look at like the guards. You'll be like, "Hey, how did this guard go over this guy?" But it be the 3D be critical on the NBA level.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. D-Champ 22 called it. Devin Vassell, shooting guard for Florida State. Let me pull up. Let me see. I think they're playing. Yeah, there we go. Showing his defensive prowess with the long arms there.
6'6", long, athletic body. That's good.
Yep. To me, Tracy, I think somebody's on the move from San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're going to package one of their guards in a trade because they got a big time logjam in the backcourt.
Man, I want to see DeMar DeRozan somewhere like competing on one of the top teams. He deserves it.
You think so?
Yes. Yes. He's a nice guy you can add on for a third guy, like with a Steph and Clay. Imagine DeMar DeRozan is no offense, except Harrison Barnes. You put a DeMar DeRozan with Steph and Clay or on that team. Whew.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to go on the West Coast. He want to be back home. He want to play in the West. And I know that for a fact.
Okay. I like that. Okay, Cole Anthony still on the board. Kyra Lewis Jr.
That's my sleeper. That's my sleeper. I don't mean to keep talking about Cole. That's my sleeper in this draft. Because he's a little guy. He'll be ready.
That's your guy, huh?
Yeah, biasly. Don't mind me, y'all.
No, that's cool. It's all good. All good. Let's get back to the comments here. Eric Powell. Wow, don't think anyone had Smith going this high. You're right, Eric. I didn't hear his name at this high from anybody.
That's high.
Right?
I'm looking at my list of I don't see that nowhere.
Okay, here we go. Sacramento Kings on the clock here. Sacramento Kings select Tyrese Halliburton. Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Wait a minute. So if Halliburton is going to Sacramento,
hold on.
That means Bogdanovich is leaving. To me, that means Bogdanovich is leaving. Wow.
I got questions about this one. De'Aaron Fox to PG. You going to let him be more of a playmaker?
Well, here's the thing, Tracy. We said it early in the broadcast. NBA teams covet 2 lead guards.
It's true.
And Halliburton can play off the ball, as can De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox can shoot from 3, and he can play off the ball and create offense. So that could be a dynamic backcourt. But to me, that shows that Bogdanovich is gone because Carol Cole Paquette reported earlier that Bogdanovich, since he turned down the trade, he can now sign with another team in free agency. So
Bogdanovich.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Rumors Tolleson are talking to the Thunder about getting Rubio to Minnesota. Sounds like the Wolves might be offering the 17th pick. We'll see soon. Okay, Carol. Thanks for that. Donovan Lang. Jalen Stick Smith is a baller. He played in the rugged Big Ten. The Big Ten was the best conference in the country last year.
It always is, most of the times. Sorry, y'all. I'm biased. I'm sorry.
I think what you call it, what's his name? The Big 12 would have something to say about that.
It's okay.
But Stick Smith can play, man. He can stretch the floor. He can shoot an NBA three. He can put it on the deck enough to make people honest. He's not going to put it on the deck and make plays at 6'10", but he can put it on the deck enough. And I think that he can develop that in his game. He can be a very good complement to DeAndre Ayton. So I like the pick. And I think the dude can play. Let's see. Let me see what else. Roland Treese says, Bulls at 44, Peyton Pritchard, point guard, competitive closer, floor general, traditionally feisty point guard. Roland, I like Peyton Pritchard.
Me too.
I like him. And he's a guy that's older. He's had some experience. He's led the Oregon team for years. They play a high-level offensive set and systems. They take advantage of – they play more of a pro style. They take advantage of mismatches. I like that pick.
Yes.
I like that. We'll see if that comes to fruition. It looks like before Danny Green was traded, there were talks about DeRozan going to the Lakers and Green going back to the Spurs to finish his career. Danny Green got traded, but I can't remember to who. Can y'all help me out here? Who did Danny Green get traded to? Wow. Wait a minute. Roland Treese with maybe the thing of the night here.
Oh, I was going to comment on that one. I was just waiting. Yeah, I seen that too. That's big.
Now he may be frustrated, Tracy, but what can he do? If he's not a restricted free agent and somebody has the ability to match, what can he do?
Nothing really, right?
That's what I'm saying. Scott Britton, you guys didn't see. If you saw the top of the telecast, Tyrese Halliburton, he had 920 area code and Black Lives Matter inside of that floral print on his suit. Let me pull that up again so everybody can see it. Oh, okay. He's about to show it.
Okay.
There it is. Scott Britton, you right on time, baby.
Hey.
There it is. I like that. Talking about why he put Black Lives Matter inside of his jacket. Go ahead, Tyrese. I like that. He definitely wins through the night. Good call, Scott Britton. Right on time. New Orleans Pelicans are on the clock. Who do you like for I know who you like. Tracy. Who do you like here on this pick?
Who am I going to go with? I will go with, let me see.
Now remember, they traded away. Oh, DC Champion, thanks for leaving the IG thing and joining us over here. Appreciate that. If you got IG, want to get the full experience, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Periscope, I'm on all of my Facebook pages. So if you want to see that, jump over. And I may just cut this out because we don't have a lot of viewers on here. So IG, jump over here if you want to see more. All right. Let's see. So
My next. Who we got up next? We got OKC up next.
No, we got New Orleans Pelicans.
Pelicans up next. You got Zion. Okay. You got Lonzo. They got rid of Drew. They need a playmaker.
Okay.
I can see a guy like Vernon Carey Jr.
Ooh, that would be a good pick.
That'd be a solid pick.
That'd be a good pick. Thank you, Lester McCarroll, for that information.
You got the kid from what is his name? Tyrese Maxey?
Yes, from Kentucky. He's tough.
That'll be a solid pick for them as well, just to be able to have a nice another playmaker on the court. You get rid of Drew Holiday, I mean, you got to bring somebody in that'll help a young Zion.
Okay, here we go. Selection. New Orleans Pelicans select Kyra Lewis Jr. That's my sleeper in the draft.
Oh, right okay.
Right there. So.
That's taking Lonzo to the bench. Can I just say that? Can I just throw that out? That's the first thing I'm going to throw out. Lonzo, be ready to play, young brother.
You think Lonzo to the bench?
You better be ready to play.
Yeah, because this kid can go, man.
This is a bucket getter. Like, he's tough.
He's tough and he's fearless. and you know what? He's the fastest guard in the draft. So with Zion Williamson,
that was your sleeper went to a really, really nice team. Like, if no team might fit him, you play with Zion, that's already like a plus. So just to be a playmaker like that, oh yeah.
Listen, so here's the thing: when you lose Drew Holiday, remember Drew Holiday gets traded to Milwaukee, right? Yep. So Drew Holiday's gone, and you got Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. Who you got up front? Did Derek Favors go back to Utah, or is he still there?
Who are they bigs?
He might still be there. But interesting. Okay. So let's dump out of that.
We got Niccolo Manning, Cole Anthony, Tyrese Maxey. Those are some of my guards who I can, think about just from watching this past season. So we'll see what those guys land. I think we got guard heavies coming up though. We watched a lot of bigs and like athletic guards get picked and 3D guys get picked. So I think we're gonna have a lot of couple point guards coming up next, as we've just seen.
Okay. All right. So what's up, Mike Henry? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. He said Green went to OKC for Schroeder. Yeah, Lester McCarroll said he got traded twice. Let me go back and see what Lester said. He said he got. Yeah, I don't see Lester's post. Oh, he was traded to the 76ers. Says Lester McCarroll. So interesting. We're going. All right. Interesting. What do you guys think of the show so far? Let me get some feedback. Tell me in the comments what you think. Tell me how you think Trace is doing. I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Man, thanks. Thank you so much. I'm trying. It feels good to I'm blessed to be able to be on the show with you right now. So I'm just soaking it all in. I'm very appreciative, by the way, Bardo. So thank you, Stephen.
Oh, of course, man. I appreciate you coming on. I knew we'd have a lot of time to talk, chop it up. You'd be able to give your opinion, and get your reps in, just like you did when you was hooping.
Yeah, right? I learned. Although you might not, I'm very humble. I'm learning from you, just so you know. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and our line, our love is we right here, baby.
That's right, all day long, all day long. You know how we do. Thank you, Scott Britton, Kevin White. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kev. Appreciate you.
Carol Poe Paquette, thank you so much. Scott Britton, thank you. Lester McCarroll, That's my. These are tribe members, Tracy.
Okay.
They are loyal. I am grateful to them. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet y'all personally, formally. You guys will see me around for sure.
That's
always
right.
the dialogue. Like I said, I'm here. Appreciate you, Steve.
Thank you, Carol. Carol Pope, a tribe member. Donovan Lang might be the first tribe member.
Okay.
No, for real. Donovan Lang's been supporting me longer than probably him and Michael Payne and Mike's family. So, but those two, they probably the first two. So much love, Donovan. You know how I feel about you, brother. Love you. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Jeff Jarvis. I grew up with Jeff Jarvis in Carbondale, Illinois. C-Dale in the house. Thank you so much, Jeff. Roland Treese, tribe member. Always much love, Roland. Thank you. Haven Mosley, same thing. Appreciate you. Coach Dave Davis. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Don't be all your feelings. I got you. But thanks for hanging in with us. I know we've been on for an hour 56 minutes, going on 2 hours. But I appreciate you all hanging with us, staying with us. We're gonna do the first round picks, and then we're gonna check out after that because I wonder if my voice will still be available. Tracy, I did a preview today with this, and I went 58 minutes. I was only going to try to go 10 to 15. I went 58 minutes earlier, so I'm coming up on 3 hours of talking today. So,
hey, you one of the best to do it right now. So I'm not surprised, but I mean, I'm not surprised at all. So just keep being great, sir.
I appreciate it, man. I got it. See, this is what we can do on Bardo's Breakdown. This ain't water. And my tribe knows what this is. This ain't water. This is. And I've been hitting this a lot more than I've been hitting this, and that's probably why my voice is going out. So the Boston Celtics are up next here. Thank you, Rodney Johnson. One of my tribe members, Don Green. What's up, Don? Thank you. All right, here we go. Boston Celtics. Select Aaron Naismith or Naismith. Naismith from Vanderbilt. Here's another stretch guy, Tracy. Guy can shoot the leather off the rock. He might be the best shooter in the NBA draft this year.
Best shooter in the draft be probably not even close, baby.
I mean, man, he can shoot that thing. Can space the floor, good size, and I think they feel like he can develop. Look at this. Kevin Garnett, Larry Nance, Alex English, Zion Williamson, John Morant, Chris Middleton, Aaron Naismith. Something in that water in South Kakalaki, baby.
They're drinking some good water out there, huh?
Come on now.
He's really solid, though. Like, in the NBA, if you can shoot the ball pretty well and find a spot for you on the court, obviously he's got a nice length and all that stuff to him. So just being able to shoot alone, you already know that's going to help him and put him in a good position.
So Carol Pope says the Celtics need a big. I agree with you, Carol. I think, though, that Boston was going to take Kyra Lewis because I know they were really high on him. So the bigs right now, I'm trying to think.
They're not that strong from the big position right now, honestly.
I agree.
A nice youth big who's probably pretty athletic, and they could use that. Especially a playmaker, actually. They had Baines at the 5, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Baines is more so just like a defender. So I'm pretty sure they're looking for somebody who can just – they got Tatum, Kemba, Jaylen Brown. They're looking for somebody who could just take up some space down there and be a factor in some way, somehow.
Yeah, David Tease was pretty good for them. He's a good fit. The big that they have right now, he's a good fit. But I like what you're saying. They probably need a little bit more depth. And here's the thing now. What we did mention, which I failed to mention earlier on with Boston, is that with Gordon Hayward, they extended his ability to re-sign with the team or go into free agency until tomorrow. So the deadline was originally set for Tuesday, but they extended it till tomorrow. So they can work out whatever they need to work out, whether it's going to be a trade, whether he's going to sign back with Boston and they trade him, whether he signs back with Boston and he's part of the group moving forward. We'll see what happens. But
I think they need a nice, solid guy, a nice three-point threat, like strictly like a JJ Redick or like one of those caliber guys who just like shoot spot up threes. It just open up the floor for Jalen to make plays, and for just Kemba to make plays. They playmakers to make plays because that was one thing that I thought the teams were able to do, kind of like pack it in a little bit on them.
Okay. Let's see here. Where else are we? Oh boy. Oh, okay. They're showing highlights here. Tracy, I'm gonna put this up and take a break real quick. Hold it down, big fella.
No problem.
Hold it down. Here, I'll put you up on the screen, and I'll put some of the let's see. Here you go. Can you read that?
Yeah.
Answer Carol's question while I take this break.
I don't want to Stewart over Jalen Smith.
Can you see it, Tracy?
Yeah, she said I would have went with Isaiah Stewart over Jalen Smith. I think they went with Jalen Smith because he's a really good, solid three-point shooter. Obviously, like I was just talking to, they got a lot of playmakers. So you add a three-point shooter onto that team, it just makes it opens up the floor for everybody else to like be the best version of that team.
Is Boston selected yet?
Boston has not selected yet. Scott, you asked me, am I concerned about Cole Anthony's torn meniscus? Obviously injuries are bad. They probably got an impact on, this whole pick and all that. I'm not. I wouldn't be concerned as a player, just like dealing with injuries and like in today's time. I think we're able to, overcome those injuries just because we got different, technology and the things that we can do in rehab that can bring you back stronger. So if that may still affect, if his draft pick, if his meniscus is torn and teams know that. But I don't think that'll affect him overall in terms of just as a player.
Tracy, if you see the pick come up, go ahead and announce it.
Okay, I got you. I'm looking at a couple questions from everybody. One of the other questions was, does the Celtics need a big man? Yes, the Celtics need a big man who can make plays. If they can get somebody who they can throw the ball down to in the post, not all the time, just here and there, that just makes them a more solid team. Like when you scouting for them, that just makes the whole thing different because you got to prepare for a big now, rather than like normally when teams are preparing for the Celtics right now, they only really concerned about the guard play. You got Tatum, Cole, Kemba, and they feel like once you stop those guys, you pretty much got the Boston Celtics. So if you get a player, a big man, 4 or 5, a playmaker, that's what the Celtics need.
All right, well done, man. Well done. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, I like Sadiq Bey. Orlando Magic are on the clock. Sadiq Bey is one of. Oh, here we go. The Orlando Magic select Cole Anthony. There's your boy.
Who was just talking? Thank y'all. I just had a nice conversation about Cole Anthony a couple seconds ago. I'm not surprised by this pick at all. You got Markelle Fultz. He had a really good season last year, but like Bardo was saying, NBA likes to have a couple guard combo, and what better than Cole Anthony to have young guy coming in, really solid, shooting the ball. He actually really explosive. With dunking and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty solid.
Man, I'm real cool with Greg Anthony. That's my man. Really happy for him and his family. I see Spike Lee is in the house with him. So obviously Spike Lee is a family friend. I'm going to be there with him right there. Cole Anthony, his little baller showed him as a shorty. That's pretty cool.
So
and think of the pressure. In terms of Landon, I'm doing a show, babe.
In terms of being from New York, play like a really good guard, nationally ranked, known high school, college. Yeah, that's a lot to carry, and it's just like being around people he's probably around. It's a great accomplishment for him, and this is a good day for him to celebrate.
Man, Cole Anthony. Tell you what, man, how much pressure does one have when you consider your dad's an NBA player, you're playing the exact same position, and you have to come in and overcome the comparisons. You have to overcome all these different things, right? I mean, it's something for these young men to overcome that. I love that. I love that. Let's see here.
I'm proud. I'm happy now. I'm excited about that pick. As everybody knows who's been tuning in the show, Cole Anthony has been my sleeper of the night. So I am glad he got picked up. One of my sleepers of the night.
Wow. The emotion is coming through with the Anthony family. You can see it. Man, Greg can't keep his composure. You know what, man? God bless him.
God bless that young kid.
Yeah, man, and their family, because all those people in that picture right there, they've all sacrificed for him, right? All these families that support these players, it's a lifelong commitment. Thousands of dollars, thousands of hours. Parents giving up their weekends to try to get kids to these events. And, I think when people see this, sometimes they think that it's fake. This is not fake, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy, you know how hard you had to work to get to play at University of Illinois?
Play it, yes. That was, day in and day out. You got just being like a young kid in high school. You watching guys who are already there. So, like I got to work hard. I got to be prepared. And, man, once you get there, it still doesn't – none of the stuff that you prepare for still doesn't prepare you once you get in that environment and that situation. Because it's all new. You're a young kid and, so I totally understand, it's a situation for sure.
Yep. So, oh, wow. I think Portland's up next. They're on the clock. Their pick is in. Proposed trade. Trailblazers get Robert Covington. The Rockets get Trevor Ariza and the 2020 first-round pick, the 16th pick. So the Rockets are going to get this here. Let's bring Adam Silver in. So they're talking about this trade here. So Portland, the selection is Isaiah Stewart of Washington. So it looks like Stewart is going to go to the Houston Rockets. Wait, I think that's right. I'm seeing him putting the hat on, but he's so tall I can't see what it is. Is it the Blazers or it's the Rockets? Because they just a proposed trade.
Wait, is it the Blazers?
Proposed trade to the
Detroit
Pistons. Okay. I'm gonna turn Wojciechowski up so I can hear him. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to get traded to Detroit Pistons. Did you get a chance to see much of him, Tracy?
I haven't got a chance to see much of him, but I'm literally looking up some highlights as we speak right now, to be honest. I did not get a chance to see a lot of him play, though. What you got any insight on him?
Well, they're talking about how good his motor is. The thing is, when you look at teams like Washington, Syracuse that play zone defense all the time, it's really hard to tell what kind of defender they'll be, right? So they're talking about him being high motor, very physical, and so you're seeing him move in space and block shots on the defensive end. But can he do that at the NBA level where he's not going to be able to sit in the paint in a zone defense situation? He's going to have to come out on the perimeter some and corral ball handlers and whatnot.
Defend ball screens.
And ball screens, right. And so he's going to have to switch off and really contain. So it's going to be interesting to see. But the Trailblazers' #1 pick gets traded to the Detroit Pistons. So interesting pick. So Tracy, here's some of the bigs that you were talking about. Right?
Yes. Yep. Just some of the big. So I always want to. So since I've been watching the draft and just being able to, understand it as I got older. Early in the draft, you see a bunch of big and like we were talking about 3D guys, or people just tuning in. Defensive 3-pointer, great role players. Early in the draft, you see a lot of bigs. Extremely athletic guards, like 6'4" and up. This is my observation, by the way. But that's what you see early in the draft. So, a little bit when you get down, that's when you start to see, the guards like Cole Anthony's and, those guys start getting picked up a little bit later in the draft. That's something that trend that I've noticed, throughout the draft that I've been watching.
I want to see. Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves have the 17th pick. All right, they're making a selection. Here we go. Alexei Pokasevsky. I heard about this dude. He's a 7'2" guard. The only reason they list him as a center or as a power forward because he's 7 feet tall, but he plays like a guard. You'll see the highlights that they'll show here.
Mm-hmm. He's coming from a really good Greek. Olympiakos, that's a strong club over in Greece. I kind of know about those clubs, and he's actually a Serbian native. So this is actually pretty familiar for me to see a guy like this. Went to a really strong league. Most Serbian players, very, very skilled and very tough. Nice, guys who can shoot around the rim. Literally, as you can see on this film right here, a lot of their players can do that. To be honest, that was the team that I played for, who he's going against. So I know. Knowing the physicality of basketball and just knowing the understanding of the game, he'll be solid. He'll find a role in that team.
He looks like he needs a pork chop sandwich, though, man.
And he need to eat a couple protein shakes, though. I do agree with that.
Okay. So Pokashevsky, I believe is how you pronounce it. I saw some people talking about him. I thought Precious Achiuwa would be gone by now. Very physical power forward, limited offensively. But we'll see what happens here.
And considering a lot of the power forwards have gotten picked, to be honest. In those power forward, small forward positions, we've seen a lot of those guys get picked tonight. That's been a trend as well.
Okay, so the Dallas Mavericks on the clock. They've got their pick in. Keeping an eye on, see when Adam Silver makes his walk. Oh, wait a minute. Their pick is not in. It's they still got a couple minutes. Okay. Tribe members, if you want to be in on the know, text me at 312-847-2739. Join the tribe. come in because next week, so for all you Illini fans, I heard from the Big Ten Network people that the first 3 Illinois games I'm calling.
Sounds like a good deal. That sounds like very exciting, big deal right there.
Because as Tracy and I both know, and college basketball fans know, Illinois, all right, wait a minute. Let me say that. Dallas Mavericks on the clock. Josh Green from Arizona. Okay. Shooting guard.
He can shoot. He can shoot the ball really well. Nice. You can use in like a play sets, staggers, flare screens, and stuff like that. So I can see why the Dallas Mavericks picked a guy like that to go along with Luka Doncic to catch and shoot. Really, really nice guy. Really good at that. So that's a solid pickup for the Mavericks.
Okay, but let me ask you something. What's going to happen with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Seth Curry?
Seth can get his minute. Tim Hardaway Jr. will have to be a good defender in order to, continue to stay out there. I like Tim. Really good shooter. The toughness level, I question, but you get a nice young guy. He's been in a rotation already. You get a nice young guy who's coming in and stick defense, tough, add an extra component, add an extra energy to the team. That's what they would expect for him to be, I think.
Okay. I mean, he got good size. They talk about his athleticism. Going to be interesting to see. So Dallas Mavericks, interesting. Okay. And so next up is the 19th pick, the Brooklyn Nets. Now, what do you think of the Brooklyn Nets, Tracy? We talked about this early. Where do you think they'll go with this? Because make your decision based on what you think they're going to be able to do in trade situation. Where do you think they'll go?
I'm going to point guard.
Really?
You're trying to, if you got KD's your number 1 option. KD's endorsing James Harden. Which means if anybody out of the 3 had to take like a step back, it would be Kyrie.
Okay.
So if it's Kyrie, you want to bring somebody in that position that will be solid, which is another point guard. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Nets get a point guard this evening.
Okay.
A Devin Dotson from Kansas-ish, or like I was saying earlier, Vernon,
not
Maxey, one of those type of guys. I can see that. I can see that because of if you get a James Harden, you got to give up Karis LeVert, which is a Big Ten guy as well. So I know a lot about him. He is a bucket, extremely good playmaker. So you're giving up playmakers. So, yeah, I can see them coming in with somebody for the point guard position for sure.
What about Spencer Dinwiddie?
I wouldn't get it.
Baller.
If you get James Harden, Spencer Dinwiddie is not there. You cannot keep Karis and Spencer Dinwiddie because they are 2 guys who are ballers, and they will make up for the leverage, the numbers, in some type of way that if you bring a James Harden on, they can kind of make up for it in a sense.
See, and I agree with you because to me, I would want to keep Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie because, again, I'm going to go back to the theme that we talked about at the beginning. When you have the ability to put 2 guards on the floor that can both be lead guards, but then they can either one of them can slide to the 2 and be more aggressive offensively.
Yep.
Both of those guys can do that. Both of them have great size. Karis LeVert, 6'6". Spencer Dinwiddie, about 6'4". Got good size. They can play off each other. They can bang you from 3. They can put it on the deck, get to the rim. I don't know, man. Wow.
That would be that's a.
Don't be surprised.
If anybody out that situation, you'll want to have a backup for Kyrie because I mean, it's James
Well,
Harden.
that's true.
It's James Harden and it's Kevin Durant. Kyrie is off the wall with his logic sometimes. So like, he'd be off the wall to me sometimes. So no disrespect, but yeah.
I think this pick is going to take a little bit of time. I think they're going to do a quick interview with Steve Nash before they pick, but I may be wrong because the clock shows the pick is in. They may hold it, but we'll see. So yes, Illini fans, Big Ten fans.
I got to get my charge. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. For the last few years, I've been doing a lot of Big East games in addition to a lot of Big Ten games. But with the way things are shaking out, I'm going to be primarily Big Ten this year. So I do know that I was told that I will have the first 3 University of Illinois games this season. I will also have Notre Dame at Michigan State. So I have 4 straight games to start the year. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm geeked. And there's going to be, with COVID-19, there'll be times where games get postponed. They'll get pushed back, especially non-conference games. They may get canceled because they want to get the conference season in. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it ought to be a lot of fun because the Big Ten, yet again, will be the top conference in the country. And Iowa, Wisconsin. Iowa returns everybody. Luka Garza, Player of the Year. Joe Wieskamp, Louisi. All right, here comes Adam Silver.
7 out of 8 players returned from Iowa.
The Brooklyn Nets select Saddiq Bey out of Villanova. This is a great pick. I like this young man. Supremely skilled, a forward that can stretch the floor. He's tough defensively. Jay Wright's players come NBA ready.
Yep, understand the game really well.
Yes, they do. Tough kid, man. Doesn't back down from physicality. Can stretch it, can put it on the deck. I like this pick for the Nets.
He does a great job of understanding the game. Villanova players for sure.
Yeah, what do you like this pick, Tracy?
I do like this pick. You think of the Nets, you got big Jared Allen, nice solid bigs that's coming out from the beginning of the game. When you get into the bench and stuff like that, they get a little light. So adding a guy on like this, young guy, teach the game to, teach the system to, I think that's critical for them and just like what they're trying to do.
Rodney Johnson says he doesn't like the Harden going to the Nets. I don't either. And I don't know that it's going to happen. I know that was a rumor. I know KD is pushing for it, but the Houston Rockets organization seems like I heard something today. They said they're willing to play hardball. What do you think about that, Tracy?
Hardball for Harden? I think they'll make it.
Go ahead.
They'll make it very difficult, and they'll make teams give up a lot for Harden, which will lead to a no trade, basically. Because, they're not going to give up Harden for – they're going to want your whole everything except your star player, just about.
I think you're right.
You're going to throw away pieces to get Harden, or you're going to try to add another piece on to your team so that you can continue to build and whatever that may be moving forward. So that's the biggest question I think front office people will have to answer.
Henry Dwyer likes Saddiq. Be a great addition to play off the ball, a la Joe Harris. So, oh man, I forgot about Joe Harris. Joe Harris is a baller.
He's a great shooter. He did not show up. He did not show up when he counted.
Yeah, he kind of got shut out, didn't he?
Yeah, they figured out his number some way, and they made it very difficult for him in this past upcoming playoff series in the bubble.
Okay, so Jeff Jarvis says Bey to the Pistons. So I think Saddiq Bey may get traded to the Pistons. We may see this coming up. but Jeff Jarvis has the intel.
Okay.
As we wait on the number 20 pick in Miami, Henry Dwyer. Sounds like a great start of the year for you, Mr. Bardo. What are your thoughts on Ayo and Kofi? Where do you anticipate having their names called in the 2021 draft if one or both declare that is?
They both better come out.
I thought they were both coming out this year, Tracy, to be honest. I thought Kofi Coburn was gone.
We need a couple pros. We need a couple recent pros anyway. This is a lot not fan of me, y'all. Okay, so excuse me. Look, Kofi, he should have left. He was one of the best big men. Could still be the best big man. One of them. He got Fletcher worker down there with him, making him stronger, understand the eye coordination and stuff like that. I think that's critical for him. But they should have left. But I'm glad they are back as a Alumni fan, lover, person. But those guys are pros. And I think it would have been good to see some of my former brothers get in this draft this year. But slow motion, I think next year they'll be in the same position, if not better.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey, you know what? And I think they, to me, Tracy, they would have been gone if they got the intel to say, you know what, you guys are going to be in a certain position. But I love the fact that they came back because they're trying to do something special. And especially for Iowa.
Since you about play, they trying to live up to that hype. And I'm totally supportive. It's cool.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Got two more comments here. Oh, wow. Look at this as we wait on the Miami Heat to pick. Since we're talking about the line, can you compare Kofi with LSU Shaq? Shaq was a freak. Kofi's a freak, but Shaq was different. Shaq was different.
You can't compare nobody to Shaq. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. There's Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain, and that's about it.
Yep.
In terms of bigs with that freakish athleticism, that's about it.
Take over the space, court.
Yeah.
Do what they gonna do.
Yeah.
No, I can't compare anybody to Shaq. That's gonna be tough.
And if Kobe played in a different era, if he played 10, 20 years ago, he'd be even more dominant than he is now because they'd let him play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But bigs in college, that size, they kind of play on eggshells. Like he's got to be careful to hit cats with an off elbow.
Because they calling it.
Because they calling it every time. Because his off elbow in college is hitting dudes in the face. At the NBA level, he can get away with it.
And then the team send the footage into the refs. So they be ready if you look at it. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Miami Heat's on the clock. Here we go. Let's see. Precious Achua. Okay. Power forward from Memphis. A lot of people thought he'd go a little bit higher. Boy, I tell you what. Penny Hardaway did a heck of a job recruiting, didn't he?
He did a great job. He did a great job.
In that talent-rich area.
And it's two power forwards, center-ish. It's crazy to see this trend with the power forwards and just the bigs going, considering the game has shifted so much, right?
Yep.
The game has shifted, yet we continue year after year to see centers, power forwards. They getting picked up. No offense to them, but this is literally what happens year after year. What do you think? Why do you think that is? I don't mean to throw you off, but yeah, why you think?
No. You didn't throw me off. But here's the thing, Tracy. Let's go to the NBA playoffs. All right. Let's go to the Final Four of the NBA playoffs. Who were in the Final Four?
Yeah,
Miami, Boston, Los Angeles, and Denver. Right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
So the Lakers that won the championship had Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, basically 3 7-footers. And 2 of them played consistently. One of them, if LeBron's not on the floor, AD is the MVP, right?
Right.
Go to Denver. Nikola Jokic, one of my favorite players.
Me too.
6'11", 7 foot, can do it all. Can get in the post, can get on the perimeter, can put it on the deck, can set dudes up off the pass. Unbelievable, right? Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo, 6'9", 6'10", multi-skilled big. What's my name from?
They got Kelly. They got Olynyk, Myers
off the bench.
They had Myers coming in. Shout out to Myers, our line night guy. We got
Myers Leonard, former line player, 7-footer. And the Boston Celtics couldn't get to the finals because they only had David Tease at 6'10" in the middle, right? They really couldn't depend on any other bigs.
That's true.
So with all this pace and space, with all this analytics, the game reverted back to the way it used to be played.
Wow.
So I think there's your answer, Tracy. Right? In terms of
crazy as we think it's changing, right? It's still the same.
It's still the same. You still need quality bigs. You still need cats that can get you a bucket in the playoffs when things come to a grind, because everybody ain't running willy-nilly.
Yep.
Because they taking away your first option. They jamming you up, right? So that's what I think.
That's 4 or 5s are been heavy this draft. It's crazy just to watch, year in and year out.
And defense. This draft has been, to me, Patrick Williams, Isaac Okoro, Devin Vassell. I'm missing another defender that went the lottery.
Number 6 kid, he went to
Onyeka Okongwu.
Yep, that's what it was. Yep,
Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
So, I mean, we can hire 35-year-old assistants that never played the game. They come from an analytics background, but the teams that were in the Final Four in the NBA had size. So I don't know.
And as we can see, there's 3D big men.
Yep. Yep. You're watching Bardo's Breakdown, ladies and gentlemen. I'm with my man Tracy Abrams, former Fighting Illini guard, and doing big things here in Chicago with the youth, teaching leadership skills. What's the name of your organization, Tracy?
Chicago Positive Impact.
Chicago Positive Impact. Where can people find you?
You can find me. You can visit the website, shypositiveimpact.com. You can find me the page for Chicago Positive Impact on Instagram at Chicago_positive_impact. You can get news, updates, and stuff that we've been doing on throughout the organization. Chicago Positive Impact. You guys will continue to hear about it, see it, because I'll continue to find ways to give back to our youth and, just be a part of everything that we got going on in Chicago.
Okay. What's the website again?
shypositiveimpact.com.
Okay, I'm putting it in right now. There it is. So you guys can see it. All right. Scott Britton. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Bigs ain't going anywhere anytime soon. There it is.
You're right.
That's the website, ladies and gentlemen. Go support Tracy and what he's doing.
Thanks, Bardo. Appreciate you, man, for the support. Everything we do for the program is for the kids, everybody. They are our future, so we must build them, help them, coach them, figure out ways to help them be the best versions of themselves.
There it is. Okay, Donovan Lang with the update. Danny Green is in Philly now. Okay. Who's on the clock here? The Sixers are on the clock. Let me move this. Tyrese Maxey.
I told you,
Tracy.
I told you you gotta get him. He's a very, very good guard. He went to Kentucky. Nice playmaker, can shoot the ball extremely well. Strong conference too. Averaged 14 points. Nice kid. Nice, solid game. Okay. As you can see, him and Ben Simmons got the connection, so not surprised by that.
Well, he must be with Clutch Sports.
Yeah.
He must be represented by Clutch Sports here.
LeBron, you see Ben Simmons on the images, so he's a really good kid though. He's really good night, and he got really good length as well in that position. So
that's what they were saying. He's got really long arms, and that first game of the season against Michigan State, man, he clowned. So
he set the tone for himself that game, so that's why he's able to be in this position. To be honest, that gave him kind of the momentum that he would probably need, just like moving forward, stuff like that.
I agree, and the kid plays hard, man. If you play for John Calipari, you got to play hard. So
he don't play.
No. You got to bring it.
I know he got a lot of good recruits. I understand that, but he hold all his players to a high standard accountability. And if you don't stand up to what he's preaching in your role, he had a nice spot for you on the bench.
There it is. I like him and his dad right now. They're showing video of him and his dad dancing. That's kind of funny. Let's see here. Rodney Johnson likes this pick. Carol Pope-Paquette says she thought he would have gone higher. He seemed to be a favorite, Carol, among different people. So I was kind of surprised he didn't go a little bit higher as well. So good pick. Kentucky keeps their string of first-round draft picks going. You can see he's got the Clutch Sports, hoodie on. So everybody knows that's really LeBron James's sports management company. Even though they put Rich Paul out front. Good stuff.
They did a great job helping each other out. Shout out to LeBron.
There you go. Shout out to LeBron, period, bro.
Hey, bro. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Hey, man. And so, Tracy, I have made a lot of people upset. But to me, LeBron's the GOAT. And here's why. If he wins 2 more championships and he matches the number that Jordan has, he's got to be considered the GOAT, does he not? I know it's hard for you.
I can't go against
keep your mind.
I can't go against MJ. I can't. I love LeBron, and I grew up. I idolized LeBron, like literally, but I just can't go against MJ because he was so authentic. He's the real. He's the truth. He's the example. But LeBron did it better as an all-around player. Outside of basketball, nobody will ever be able to do it like LeBron did. So I totally understand why you say that, but my thing with MJ is a respect thing, honestly.
No, it's not love. look what Lester McCarroll said. I got you, Lester. I'll lay off of it. Let's see what Henry Dwyer said. You guys were touching on the importance of bigs earlier. What's your thoughts on Wendell's chance for a big season for the Bulls? A healthy Wendell Carter Jr. plus a competent coach could a breakout season. I totally agree, Henry. I love Wendell Carter Jr. I love it. I love him. I think that he could be someone you build a franchise around. I know he can shoot the basketball. He showed it at Duke when he was confident. In the year that he played at Duke, he can stretch the floor. He's as physical as a big as you're going to find in the NBA. He's athletic. He can guard on the perimeter. I tell you what, man, I love him. Tracy, what do you think?
Wendell Carter, no, I'm sorry. I got to totally disagree because I've been to so many Bulls games recently and taking my kids. So I've been extremely emotional about the players and stuff like that. But I don't have anything against Wendell. I just think he don't fit in well with the last coach's system. Like you said, you don't really agree with the last coaches. I didn't either, or none of that stuff. But so give him a new fresh start, then maybe. But I'm not big on Wendell at all.
Okay. All right. I
do agree with you on the player development with the Bulls. Nobody got better but Zach. And if you follow basketball, you know that Zach is one of the hardest working players on the Bulls for sure.
Yeah. Now, Tracy, I'll give you that. Zach works hard, but Zach doesn't know how to play yet. He does not know how to play.
He don't know how to be a team player. Okay, that's true. He's just authentic bucket getter.
There you go. Because Zach led the team in turnovers. And the reason he led the team in turnovers, because he would penetrate and he doesn't know how to play yet. He doesn't hold on. Got a pick coming up.
Oh, this is nice.
Denver Nuggets select. That's one of my sleepers. I'm trying to tell you.
That's a great pick for them, though.
I'm trying to tell you.
That is an unbelievable pick for Jokic. Oh, my God.
You know why they picked him? Because Jeremy Grant is not going to re-sign with the Nuggets. Jeremy Grant is going to end up with the Lakers. Watch what I'm telling you.
Yeah, you think so? The Lakers would love that.
Yes.
They'll get rid of. They can get rid of a Dwight or
Yes, JaVale McGee.
Yeah, they can get rid of him. You get a. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think this shows, because think about it. With Denver, you got Michael Porter Jr., who's a stud, right? You've got Jokic, a stud. You've got Paul Millsap, who I think is going to re-sign, but he's up in age. So he can apprentice under Paul Millsap. And if Jeremy Grant is gone, those are serious minutes for this young man, right?
That's good minutes. That's great minutes, actually.
And the scouts love him. Scouts love this young man, and I think he's going to be one of the sleepers in the draft. And we already know that he's going to a great organization in Denver, that they take their time. And I forgot about Bol Bol. They got Bol Bol too. I forgot about that. So, man, Denver, it's a good pick.
And to be honest, they've done a great job with year after year owning up to the expectation of we got better, we here, and we're going to continue to be here.
Yep.
You look at them, they was a bubble team. You go from a bubble team to almost in a Western Conference Finals. So, like, you building, they're building for sure.
Oh, man. Okay, the New York Knicks are up again, 23rd pick. Ladies and gentlemen, don't break your screen. Remember, the Knicks made a pretty good pick the first time. I got to go back and let me pull that up. Wait a minute. Henry Dwyer's got something here. Keep your head on a swivel, Woj. That's Mr. Bardo approaching the rear view, dropping Bardo bombs. Jeremy Grant to the Lakers. I like it. Also really curious to see how the Nuggets keep building. Here's why I say that, Henry, because I believe Jeremy Grant is represented by Clutch Sports. I believe he is. And if you guys remember when the Lakers eliminated the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, ESPN was very savvy. They kept the camera on LeBron talking to Jeremy for a long time after the game.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Good
so,
scout. That's right there.
Yep. And like Lester McCarroll, I agree with Lester McCarroll says right here. There are a few swaps left, I bet. There's still gonna be more movement before the night's out. You know, Tracy, as you know, sometimes these teams make agreements early on. All right, you pick this kid at this number so we can get him, and then we'll trade you who you want.
Yep.
You know, later on in the evening.
Yep,
So,
that's normally how they actually before the draft, and I noticed because I had a close friend who went through that experience. Yeah, before the draft, those teams call and they basically it's a negotiation.
yep.
You can tell them, hey, I need you to get him. We can trade for him. It's no different than a regular business deal in the lab. So like that's one thing we all gotta be conscious of. Like you said, some of these teams are making picks to make a trade to get a big deal.
Yep, I agree. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, Henry, see that's the part that we always have to remember, especially with clutch sports, because LeBron is the league. The league obviously loves LeBron because he's a revenue generator, but the agents hate clutch sports. They don't like it. They don't like a current player having this kind of influence because he's the best player in the game, best player in the world. They know that he put his boy Rich Paul's running clutch sports. So I thought you'd see Eric Bledsoe possibly end up with the Lakers. That was a rumor because he's represented by clutch sports. So anytime you see a clutch sports guy and the Lakers, you always got to keep that in mind. And if you think about it, Jeremy Grant would be a really good fit because Jeremy Grant can slide to the 3 position. Imagine the length of you could put Anthony Davis at the 5, Jeremy Grant at the 4, LeBron at the 3, and then it don't matter who you put at the 1 and 2, right? Could be Rondo, could be I think the Lakers are going to go. Could be Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Schroeder. Oh, I forgot Schroeder's now.
That is phenomenal. I can't believe they let the Lakers get Schroeder. He is a great
good, man.
To be on a team with LeBron.
Yep, he's good, and he can score.
He can really score. If you look at his career, go look at his career. Anybody, go look at Dennis Schroeder career, and you'll see. That is an extremely solid pickup for the Lakers.
Okay, there was another trade. I just missed it. Dadgummit. They popped it up quick and they took it off. So we'll see what that looks like. It looked like it was a 2nd round pick, but we'll see. The Knicks pick is in. Starting point guard depth.
Dotson. I'm waiting on Dotson now.
This is Devin Dotson's pick here.
I'm waiting on Dotson. I got 2 of my ultra selects in already. I got Dotson and I got Marcus Howard.
What about RJ Hampton?
I did have RJ on that. I really like RJ. Extremely athletic. I think his experience is what's been hurting him, honestly.
Okay. Wow, Leandro Balmoro from Argentina. Wow.
This is a stinger.
Yeah, I heard his name in the 1st round.
This is a stinger.
I heard his name. Now, he played for FC Barcelona. That Spanish league is good.
That Spanish league is great.
Yeah, I played in that years ago, but that's a really good league. It's really good, Tracy.
Hey, that league's so good. If I would have been playing, if I would have got picked to be in, I'd still be playing.
You still be over there, huh?
That is a really good league, actually, though.
Did you play against any teams over there?
I did not. I played against teams mainly like the top teams in Greece. All the Serbian teams, definitely. Like I know a lot of these Serbian players that we've seen. Actually, one of the Serbian players I played against him actually, who got picked. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, I actually played against him.
Yeah, I like what I've seen on film with this kid. you know, he knows how to play. He can score the rock. He's a really good setup guy. And so going to the Knicks, because to me, I don't think R.J. Barrett's a point. I don't think he's a point guard.
He's two-ish. He's more two.
I agree. And
What
so
happened? I don't mean to take you off. I don't mean to take you off. What happened? I ask myself this question often, actually. Where is Dennis Smith? I know he's in New York. Yeah.
Okay, I thought. No, that's
Dennis Smith was solid with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Had an injury after they traded him, which was for Luka, which is okay, explainable. But since he got with the Knicks, it hasn't been that situation. And I was just like,
you know what? I was getting him mixed up with Markelle Fultz. For some reason, I thought Dennis Smith was in Orlando, but that's Markelle Fultz.
He was Dennis Smith was at NC State.
Yep.
He played with them for a couple of years. He was almost a rookie in the cause for one of the better rookies. And then when he got to the Knicks, everything just kind of went left.
Which, before this current organization, that's not surprising, right?
That's not surprising at all.
We're having a hard time, man. Let me see here.
Dawson, Marcus Howard, and Bernie.
A. Pierre Poncet Sr., good to see you on here. Clutch Sports brings out the fear of the black hat concerns for many agents. Or as a quote from the movie Malcolm X goes, no man should have that much power. Good call. Oh, okay. Good question here, Henry Dwyer. I still think, okay. Oh, they're going over the Bucks Pelicans trade because the Bucks pick is in.
That's a great question right there.
Paul Reed can still go in the first round. I think he's first round talent.
He is a first round talent. I watched Paul play twice this year in Chicago. I went to see Jalen Coleman, who played with Illinois.
Yep.
And this kid right here is a go-getter. Paul Reed is a for sure pro.
I agree.
I've seen him make – excuse me.
No, you're good. Milwaukee Bucks select R.J. Hampton. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks a little disappointed, doesn't he?
R.J. played in the league with LaMelo Ball last year, for everybody who don't know. He had a solid year last year. He was effective. As we all should know, if you don't know, the kid is extremely athletic and a really, really good playmaker. So the Bucks, we'll see.
Man, young fella, you got to be more happy than that, though. You're a first-round draft pick.
Man, he looked disappointed right there.
Doesn't he?
He looked extremely disappointed. Man, please.
Come on now.
Just like I was telling them, yeah, they both played in the same league last year.
Yep. Oh, man.
Do you realize it's a blessing to be able to just be in that position?
I don't know, man. You remember now, they showed him early on he was in tears because I think the pressure was getting to him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, considering him, he was like one of the top high school players. Everybody talked about you. You see yourself all over the internet all the time. With these kids, that plays a major role. They love it. I know it because I've seen it and I know, and that's probably why he got extremely emotional. Like you said, the weight.
Yeah. Golly, I would have liked to seen him be a little bit more happy though.
He should have.
Man.
He should have been.
Yeah, that's it's funny too because you see now how ESPN, let me pull this back up. How ESPN got off of him real quick. Right? Okay. Oklahoma City is next. Let me think. with an aging Steven Adams, don't be surprised to see them go with Daniel Oturu from Minnesota, who I thought was probably the most skilled big in the Big Ten last year, in a league with tremendous bigs.
That was a lot of bigs in the Big Ten last year.
Luka Garza, Kofi Coburn, Caleb Wesson from Ohio State, Xavier
State got drafted, right?
Yep. All right, here we go with Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City selects
Marcus Howard.
Emmanuel Quigley from Kentucky. Oh, he's a baller, bro.
That is a bucket getter, though, I must say.
Yeah, Quigley can go get it.
He's a playmaker for sure.
Yes, he is.
You got player of the year in the SEC. So, you know, if you get player of the year at SEC, you should know nice bucket getter. I wonder why he didn't go higher, honestly.
Man, these guys sometimes they get mislabeled, maybe. But a kid that can shoot the ball the way he does, you average 16 points a game in the SEC because you know he's going to be able to play D, right? He's going to be a great defender. So yeah, that's good for him. Let's see. See here, RJ, Lester McCarroll Jr. Let's see here. Cass looked like he was offended for falling. Reminds me of Rashard Lewis when he fell in the second round and was in tears in the green room. RJ wasn't gracious at all. Yeah.
RJ should have been gracious. Man.
You know what? I'm actually going to go on Twitter. I'm going to check Twitter because that's going to be interesting. I'm sure people will say there'll be some reaction to that.
If we seen it, I'm sure everybody else seen exactly what we saw.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Let's see. And RJ's going to a championship contender, no less. Playing with Giannis should elicit a smile. I agree. I mean, Jrue Holiday, the Bucks are trying to do everything they can to keep Giannis in position there. They try to get Bogdanovich. You know, for whatever reason, that didn't work. But
they're trying.
Wow. Crazy. Okay, we got some people watching this, Tracy, on Twitter. Watching us live. Good deal. Love it.
Next time I'm on, I got to make sure I promote and tell like my different crowd of followers to come on and stuff like that because I know I could have probably had some people come on as well.
Okay.
So my apologies about that.
Oh no, man! You know what? You know what? This is it's a learning curve. We all got to figure out how to do this stuff, and social media is a powerful tool, but you know it takes practice to learn how to use it. So. Boston is up next, the 26th pick. Boy, Reese Davis needs some eye drops. Looks like he's been enjoying a few flowers and whatnot. Wendell Carter Jr. just tweeted the pick of Patrick Williams in a Bulls jersey with the comment, "Let's get it." Okay. I like young fella supporting him. They might be trading that pick to the Pelicans, says some Facebook user. I don't know who it is. Sorry. Your name didn't come up. I would definitely call your name if your name comes up, but I didn't see it, so I apologize. Carol Paul Paquette says the Celtics need a big. If you notice, Tracy, we've got a surge now of people watching the show. Wow. I don't know. Somebody must have said something because in here. Let's see. Yanks ain't leaving. Jalen Williams to Boston. Okay. Carol Poe Paquette. Let's see.
Jalen Williams to Boston?
That's what she says.
Oh. Not a bad look.
Oh, man. Kofi and Garza. Boy, Iowa and Illinois, they played 2 tremendous games last year. I mean, you know, little feistiness afterwards and whatnot. I loved it.
I'm getting excited talking about that game.
Oh my gosh, that was great, wasn't it? And
I'm being there this year.
Yeah.
By any means, if I can.
Yep. I love it. I love it.
Like you said, I think you were saying it earlier. Iowa has 7 out of 8 players returning. How critical is that? That's like
they're gonna be tough, man.
That's good.
But listen, Wisconsin was a Big Ten champion. They returned everybody.
Think about it. They lost it. They lost one of their best players to transfer, and then they barely lost a game after that.
Yep, with Kobe King transfer, remember that mid-season they caught fire.
Fire. They didn't lose. Just about like
that's right. And you know it was funny because they were in the mix. They were in the mix like Wisconsin usually is. Top 4 under Bo Ryan and. You know, under Greg Gard, it really hasn't changed. They're always competitive, always competing for a championship. They bring everybody back. Illinois brings most of their players back. Iowa brings everybody back. Michigan State is going to be good because Josh Langford is back as long as he's healthy. And now they have
my sleeper, Rutgers.
Oh, Rutgers is going to be good. Rutgers is going to be great.
They won 10 games last year.
Yeah, no, Rutgers is going to be great. They're top 25 in the country. What's the kid? I want to say Henry Ellison, but that's not it. What's the kid that transferred from Marquette to Michigan State? Joey Hauser. Watch that dude. That dude can play. So you got Rocket Watts, you got Josh Langford, you got Joey Hauser. And you got some really good recruits coming in. Michigan State's going to be right there.
Indiana's got and it's crazy. Indiana got one of the best recruiting classes. Those guys who they got coming in.
Yep.
They will definitely help win a couple more extra games up there in Indiana.
Okay. Boston Celtics select. Ooh, Peyton Pritchard. Oh, my goodness. Now, what does this mean?
Wow.
Peyton Pritchard gets selected to the Boston Celtics? Okay. Oh, man.
That took me back a little bit. Wow.
All right. I love Peyton Pritchard. But what does that tell you? What's that say to you, Tracy?
Oh, wow. He's going to the Pelicans, right?
No. This is Celtics pick.
The Sixers. You got Kemba Walker. They just want to back up. Solid backup.
So you got Kemba Walker. You got Marcus Smart. Right? And then they had Brad Wanamaker, who to me, I thought did an excellent job. Oh, one Facebook user said that means Gordon Hayward is leaving. Okay, now.
That's a different position, though.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That's why I wanted to ask the person, can they expound on that point, please?
Kemba Walker had a difficult year to me. Why I say that? He never ever found the Kemba Walker rhythm. Ever.
Right.
He had good games, but it was something off. So that's my question mark. That's why I will raise my eyebrows to that one. Maybe they're looking for more of a deferrable point guard in that position, but I did notice that about Kemba Walker this season. He had a good season. Don't get me wrong, but the Kemba Walker I'm just like used to seeing night in, night out. It was a little different.
Well, you know what, Tracy, he was never really healthy, in my opinion.
Okay.
He had a knee injury that he never really got on top of. You saw him start the bubble. He had a little bit of bounce, But inside the bubble in 5 or 6 games in, he lost that bounce. I don't think that knee ever recovered. This may indicate to me something's up with Kemba Walker. We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
It's totally different, though. Like, it's like, wow, really? A point guard? Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Watermaker. Them are a lot of solid guard. That's really good guard play.
I agree. That's a great guard collection back there. Utah Jazz is up next. Jordan Clarkson or replacement, a backup point guard, shooting guard, a small forward, says Bobby Marks are the needs for the Utah Jazz. You see Jaden McDaniels, Tyler Bay, Trey Jones, Robert Woodard, and Daniel Oturu. You know, from a Big Ten perspective, I'd love to see Oturu go here. Yeah, here comes Adam Silver.
Yeah, I would like that too as well.
Utah Jazz select. Ooh, Udoka Azubuike from Kansas.
Azubuike, that's a solid pick. Good job, Azubuike.
All right, now, hey, I'm going to credit Jarris Howard.
I like
Fighting Illini, assistant coach to Bill Self in Kansas. He was talking about this leading up to the draft. He showed clips of Azubuike working on his game, on his perimeter game. This dude has great size. You already know he's a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
If he can do anything on the perimeter, boy, is he going to be a good pickup.
He changed his game to like a stretch 4 style.
Yep.
You can adapt. You can adapt in this game. You'll be good.
I can see that.
Long, solid career. And definitely, like you said, shout out to Coach Howard. He recruited me as well. So good job. Good luck, Coach.
Okay, now, Carol Pope-Paquette brings up a great point. Carson Edwards is with the Celtics as well. Remember Carson Edwards?
Oh, yes. Come on.
For Purdue.
Yes.
Just for the phone booth. So there's a little bit of a log jam there. What are we going? Maybe we're going to see some movement from the Celtics. Ooh. I think Danny Ainge can be classified as one of the best front office people in the NBA. And the Celtics have multiple picks in the years to come. So they've got a lot of flexibility. Proposed trade. Lakers get Dennis Schroeder and the Thunder get Danny Green. Okay, but then they've already moved Danny Green on. So we've heard that. That's not a new one.
I agree. Somebody's getting traded from Boston.
Yep. Franco back 213. I agree. We both agree with you. Donovan Lang, Pritchard, a good young backup and great for Boston demographic. I agree. He will fit in nicely with that team with his ability to break. Because Peyton Pritchard, he got some game now. He got a little shake to him. In the highlights, they showed him shooting the ball a lot. But Pritchard can, he get a shoulder on. He's a little bit stronger than he looks. He got a little shape to his game. So we'll see what's up. The Los Angeles Lakers are next. We got a couple more minutes before they pick. We got the 28th pick, so they went to commercial. So, Tracy, you like Rutgers. Is there another team in the Big Ten that you think could be a sleeper?
Purdue.
Ooh, why Purdue?
You got Tavion Williams, Stefanovic coming back. You got a stronger the freshman guard Isaiah. He wasn't bad. He got a little bit more experience. You use that foundation from those 3 guys. You can kind of like build and figure out another ways for the other guys. Purdue always has a solid traditional 4 and 5.
True.
Which we were talking about.
That's true.
A lot of teams who go deep and win late in the year have traditional 4 and 5. So I can't forget about that, about Purdue. And they got Matt Painter. He always find a way to put stuff together out there. Mackey Arena and stuff like that. So,
oh, no doubt. I think Matt Painter's one of the most underrated coaches in college basketball.
he is. He's a solid coach. He's been a solid coach. Even when I was playing in the Big Ten, although we got our fair share of wins and stuff like that, but he was solid.
Yeah. Did you guys ever win at Purdue, Tracy?
I won one game at Purdue, I think.
Did you really?
One game. But we did win. When they came to Champaign, they were coming to get whooped for the most part.
They're coming to get whooped, huh?
Yeah. Purdue, that was one in Iowa. That was my games in college. Like going against those guys was just a little different. Iowa, man, the Big Ten is it's a conference.
Yeah. It's a grind every night, boy.
I can't even say that. I was thinking when I said that comment, I was like, you know what? Never mind. Get to thinking about playing in Wisconsin. It's cold. It's free. People, it's freezing in Wisconsin most of the time you play there. You're freezing when you go hit the court. You on the court, what's up? But
it is cold in that cold center, isn't it?
It's cold
because they got the ice underneath the court.
Yes,
for the hockey team. So it's a good point. That's funny because I used to wear double socks when I call games up there.
At least I know why. It's freezing up there.
Yeah, because your feet will get cold, buddy. Let's see. The Lakers pick next. I think the Lakers will go with the best talent available in this pick. Let me think who hasn't been selected yet. Vernon Carey.
Yes.
Vernon Carey may be a good pick here. Let me think who else would be a pretty good okay, Jaden McDaniels, Tyler Bay of Colorado, Jaden McDaniels of Washington, 2 Pac-12 players still on the board. Let's see who else. This pick is going to Oklahoma City Thunder, according to Franco. So let's see. Los Angeles select. Okay, they select Jaden McDaniels.
I was just about to say Jaden McDaniels. I can't even lie, and I want to show you Jaden McDaniels. I had him coming up next. I did. Solid athletic stretch guard. Kind of like a lob guy, third wheeler of somebody LeBron could pass to. That's a solid pickup. But the Lakers is solid, man, because they got a Taylor Hawthorne, Chicago kid from Simeon. He was solid, and I think.
Oh, Taylor Horton Tucker.
Horton Tucker, yes.
Yep. Yeah, he's really good. He's gonna be a stud, bro.
He is solid.
He's gonna be a stud.
Just marinating in his role because he's been around the team for a year, so he should know how. If anything, if you've been around a guy like LeBron and all those guys, you better learn the game and know how to function and where you fit in. So hopefully,
and if you're playing with LeBron, you're gonna work.
You got that
because LeBron works as hard as anybody in the league. If you're gonna play with the Lakers and you don't work, you won't be there very long.
Yes, sir. And they better value the game.
So Tracy, I'm gonna share something with you. I don't ever think that you'll have to do 3+ hours of television with Big Ten Network.
You got me right now. You put me together. I appreciate it. I'm thankful.
No, you get your reps in, buddy.
Yes,
sir. Let's see.
Getting the reps in for sure.
Is it time for Brad Stevens to be on the clock and Jason Tatum leave Boston? Donovan Lang. Why would you say that, Donovan? You don't like Brad Stevens? They got to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, didn't they?
Tatum?
And Tatum leave Boston? Donovan, why would you say that? Share with us why you would say that.
I'm looking for the answer to that one. Out of all the players, Tatum?
I thought Tatum was the best player in Boston. And Brad Stevens,
Donovan like Jalen Brown.
What's that?
I said Donovan might like Jalen Brown a little bit more than Jason Tatum by that response.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see. Toronto Raptors are up on the clock. Go ahead.
We got Kalen Hayes on my menu, and we have what is his name? Nicolo Mannion?
Yeah, Mannion.
Yeah, he's slipped a lot.
He has.
Considering like high school and what he was able to do.
Yeah,
he slipped a little bit.
Now, don't be surprised if Cassius Winston from Michigan State goes with this pick. Don't be surprised because Fred VanVleet may leave. Fred VanVleet is the highest rated free agent available this year.
What do you see of VanVleet though?
Huh?
Where do you see him going?
I don't know. He wants a big payday, I think. And I'm not sure that Toronto has the cap space to give him the type of money that he's looking for. And I also don't know. See, the tax situation in Toronto is tricky, right? Because of the Canadian taxes. They're a little bit more, maybe a lot more than the United States taxes. So he may be looking at a situation where he wants to get stateside, maybe in a Florida team, maybe in a Texas team with no state tax, so he can keep a little bit more of that money in his pocket. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. Just a thought. But, brother, if you have won a championship in T-Dot, oh, my God. Have you been to Toronto, Tracy?
I have not.
Oh.
I've been to plenty places in this world, literally. I've not been to Toronto. It's almost sad, actually.
No, it's not sad, but do me a favor. Put it on your bucket list and make it first.
Okay.
Go in the summertime, and you may not come back. I'm trying to tell you. Do you have a significant other in your life?
At the current moment, I'm single young. I'm a bachelor.
Ooh-wee. Take the friend that you trust the most, that can keep you out of trouble, that can keep you level-headed. Because the architecture in Toronto is the best architecture you're gonna see in the world.
Trust me, I got some. You know what? When this is all over, I'll have some pictures ready for you.
All right, please do. Please share with me because listen.
We gotta share a nice conversation.
Ooh, I'm trying to tell you. Architecture up there, man. The diversity, can't beat it. Can't beat it.
I have to go there. It's crazy.
Yeah, Henry Dwyer talking about how pretty Toronto is. It's a wonderful city. It's very similar to Chicago, actually.
Yeah.
It's got a lakefront. But to me, it's even more cosmopolitan than Chicago. I think it's one of the best cities in the world. I love Toronto.
I'll get there soon. Soon as COVID is over and we're not on all these restrictions, I'm gonna take myself to Ontario or something like that.
Yeah, look what Don Green just said.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're not letting Americans in their country right now.
Oh man. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Donovan, I'm a big Jason Tatum fan. He's the truth. Brad Stevens over the past 7 years has underachieved, and at some point, management need to come into question. Okay, so Donovan, you think that okay, wait a minute. The pick is in with the Toronto Raptors. Let's see. Oh, Malachi Flynn from San Diego State.
Flynn got picked up in the first round?
Oh, he's good. Tough point guard. Now, he's a point guard. So that, to me, that signals that the Raptors don't think that Fred VanVleet is going to come back.
Oh, he's not coming back. It's 100% sure now. You're right.
Malachi Flynn can play, bro.
Fred VanVleet is not coming back for sure. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect Fred to come back. He's going to go somewhere and star probably. I mean, he's been killing this year. So
I agree.
I'm going to go somewhere, play probably a better role on a better team, stuff like that. Wow, that was Malachi Flynn. You notice all these point guards is going down late in this first round.
Yes. That's why I thought you might see a Cassius Winston in this situation. But I think Flynn might be a little bit more athletic, and Winston's lack of athleticism, I think, is going to hurt him. Pardon me. I think it's going to hurt him a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But interesting right there.
Winston reminds you of a kid, that's a nice, polished kid that you would want a part of your system, though. Considering you play at all levels.
Okay, and then
nice leader, playmaker in terms of like assists and knock shots down. So yeah.
All right. And the last pick of the first round in the 220 NBA draft will go to the Boston Celtics. So yet again, don't be surprised if Boston Celtics make a pick and have an agreement with another team and trade this pick.
I'm looking for Marcus Howard, Bardo. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Marcus Howard, he fits. I did not mean to cut you off. I apologize about that.
But no. Go ahead, man. It's all good.
Marcus Howard. Yeah.
You like Marcus Howard?
From Marquette. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
He will fit that Boston style.
Wow. Carol Pope Paquette. Same here, Donovan, on Jason Tatum. Have known him since he was 3. Played with my son. We did when Jason Tatum was 5. He would be in the NBA. This is why I like the Celtics. Used to hate him because I was a huge 76ers and Dr. J fan. Ditto, Carol Pope Paquette, me and you both. Celtics and Suns make a trade. The Celtics receive the 30th overall pick. Oh, this was okay. Yeah, this is an old pick. This is why the Celtics have this pick right now. So who would the Celtics pick right here?
Big, right?
Say again.
A big man, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
You just drafted another guard. By the looks of it, like you said, they're probably about to get rid of a guard. I don't know. I can see a big man coming in soon.
Okay. All right. They say the pick is in. Let's see if my man is coming to. Okay, here we go. Last pick in the first round. The Boston Celtics select Desmond Bane from TCU.
Wow.
Tough guard, man. Really physical. Played in a system where he was able to do a lot. Very skilled, very multi-skilled kid. Really knows how to play. And that will conclude the NBA's first round. And that, ladies and gentlemen, okay. Adam Silver's thanking the NBA fans. And so, any last thoughts, Tracy, as we wrap up here tonight?
Man, it's been a great night. I think that last pick, I just want to comment on that last pick. The Celtics do a great job, like we was talking about, getting draftees in. That last pick remind me of a Terry Rozier type pick when he was coming out of Louisville. Same caliber of players. That's definitely what that last pick remind me of, though.
Okay. Tracy, got something for you before you leave. See that right there?
Wait, hold on. Wow, Mrs. White. Okay. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Kevin? Wow, I'm getting all my Fisk alumni up in the chat tonight, Bardo. Man, I appreciate that. That's crazy. That's like little me. I was
There
like
you go.
third grade. I was literally third grade through seventh grade. Just they bringing back all these memories. My grammar school coach, teachers, Miss White. That is crazy. So, man, tell Miss White I said what's up. I'm glad to just be able to be here and saying what's up to her and stuff like that. So thank y'all, man.
Yeah. Hold on. We got some other folk here. ILL.
I.
There you go. Gary Boyson, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Carol Poquet, always one of the Bardo's Breakdown Tribe. I always appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Carol. Let's see. Who else is in here? Henry Dwyer. Thank you, Henry. You had great analysis as well. Appreciate your insights. Roland Trise. Oh, okay, this pick is going to Memphis. Oh, shoot.
Oh, that was a stinger right there. That sounds like me. I'm almost, before we go, I think if you get an ACL injury, the Achilles injuries might be following up next. Just from experience. That's bad. That's bad news.
Dang, man. Thanks for that, Roland. Appreciate that heads up, man. Eric Powell, thank you for joining, Eric. We really appreciate you coming in. Thank you for bringing the heat. We appreciate you. Roddy Johnson, thank you so much. Scott Britton, oh, man, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And hope, hey, go join Bardo's Breakdown Tribe, Bardo's Breakdown page, and Bardo's Breakdown group. You can join both. We'd love to have you. You brought the heat, Scott. Thank you. Nikki Lang Perkins, thank you so much. One of the tribe members, really appreciate you. Appreciate you guys sticking with us through the first round coverage of the 2020 NBA draft. Tracy Abrams, you did a fantastic job. Thank you for co-hosting tonight.
You already know I'm extremely appreciative to be here with you, especially learning, growing, and just everything. Just thank you. I appreciate you, Bardo. You my guy. It's been that way since I met you when I was like a sophomore. We always had that connection. So I ain't forget about none of those situations. So I always thought about our conversations at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Which probably, I remember everything. So
yes, you do.
Thank you, my guy. You are a true inspiration. So thank you.
Donovan Lang, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Always love, support. Carol Paquette, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Kevin White, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Bardo's Breakdown Tribe. Y'all know I love you. Thank you for the support. Thanks for coming on tonight. Tracy, great job. And one last one. Yes, we are looking forward to college basketball in the NBA season. That'll do it for Bardo's Breakdown. Check in with me. I'm going to have some Big Ten preview videos before the Big Ten season starts 1 week from today. College basketball right around the corner. Thank you, Don Green. Love y'all. Peace.